Time out, Cougar fans. Are you ready to slam dunk dinner? Introducing Beehive Meals, your all-star for easy family dinners. Beehive Meals does all the prep work so you don't have to, then delivers 10 frozen meals right to your door. Just pop them in the slow cooker and you're set for a buzzer beater in flavor. Beehive Meals is the ultimate assist for busy families. Now available for shipping, so there'll be no more missed shots at dinner. Beehive Meals has got you covered. Visit beehivemeals.com and make tonight's dinner the winning play.
You need another bathroom. You want a back patio retreat. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more. Loan subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. See banker for details. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 467014.
It's game time. The locker room is tense. You're locked in, focused. Then someone walks in wearing your team's jersey. He knows your name. He grabs a copy of the playbook. But you've never seen him before. Do you trust him? Not a chance. That's exactly how phishing works. A fake face, real damage. Protect your business before the clock runs out. Get the Les Olson Security Suite from Les Olson IT. Go to lesolson.com to learn more.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
There are good days and bad days, but every day is a great day for BYU Radio podcasts.
The Appleseed.
Top of Mind.
In Good Faith. Constant Wonder.
The Lisa Show. Just like the clothes in your closet, we can match your mood with a show that fits just like your favorite pair of stretchy pants. Real people talking about real experiences that happen in real life. Really. Break through the clouds of a gloomy day and put some sunshine in your soul with BYU Radio. Listen wherever you get your podcasts or download the BYU Radio app.
It's time to hear from BYU head coach Kevin Young as we return to the Zions Bank Cougar Pregame Coaches Show. Here's Greg Wrubell.
We are coming to you from Madison Square Garden in New York City, site of the Jimmy V Classic. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
This is BYU Radio on KBYU FM HD2 Provo. You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
All right, it is BYU and Clemson coming up this one-night, two-game affair, the Jimmy V Classic featuring the Cougars and Clemson, then Florida and UConn in the late game. Third time the Cougars and Tigers have squared off. Clemson 2-0 against BYU, both games in the NCAA tournament. The most recent meeting in 1990 had Mark Durant in the starting lineup for the Cougs.
That game was in Hartford in the NCAA tournament, first round, and my claim to fame for that game, Greg, was that was the first game of the tournament, I scored the very first basket of that year's NCAA tournament. And then I was on the bench most of the game because I had to guard Eldon and Dale Davis, and got in immediate foul trouble, and then got in at the end. But that was a great memory and a heartbreaking memory, but a fun chance now to avenge that a little bit and get a chance to play the Tigers.
And then we noted last week the recent passing of Eldon Campbell, the great Clemson Tiger, and Clemson's game notes that preview this game for them note very well the number 41 and Eldon Campbell and his history with the Tigers, the all-time leading scorer for Clemson. All right, time now for my pregame interview with BYU's second-year head coach, Kevin Young, presented by Zions Bank. For all of your personal and business banking needs, visit us online at zionsbank.com or stop by your local Zions Bank branch to meet with the banker in person. Let us show you all the ways Zions Bank is for you. And tonight, Coach Young fills us in on a Clemson team getting votes in the AP Top 25 and ranked in the KenPom Top 25.
Good team coming out of a good league. They've played, they've played some big games. Looking forward to the matchup.
I tend to ask you this early, especially with the non-conference marquee games. Does the scout bring any reminiscences of teams you've seen yet to this point, or are they kind of unique?
They're a little bit like Wisconsin with some of the continuity that they run to try to get the bigs in the post. Their bigs are traditional low post players, where Wisconsin's more of a space you out with their bigs type of team. So this, I think, will be the most post-heavy team that we see. And then, they got some really good guard play as well. So I think Hunter's very steady. And then, Porter and Foster are both kind of can catch fire at any moment. So there's a lot of different things you got to plan for.
What is unique is seeing a pair of post players starting in the ACC out of Utah County.
Very unique for sure. You don't see that all the time. But, good players. Welling had a great year at UVU. Obviously, Wylene's just right there from Provo. So very familiar with those guys, and it seems like they've settled in well. Is there a strength for Clemson, that kind of a go-to thing you'd like to take away tonight? I mean, like I talked about before, the post stuff is they're probably the most efficient kind of post team that we've seen so far. Godfrey's a load down there. Davidson's a guy that can really score it down there in Welling as well. So they kind of have this three-headed monster of, feels like that 90s basketball a little bit, where they're just trying to bruise you to death down there. So our guys, I think we have to just do our work early inside and not allow them position. That's where I think they're really good, scoring off angles and things like that. But when watching on the film, I mean, they have a lot of space to operate. So we want to do a good job of just showing them a crowd and making sure they see multiple bodies in there. Okay. On offensively, how much do you hope that pace plays into your favor tonight? Yeah, quite a bit. I thought Alabama did a good job of spacing these guys out. There's some similarities with how they play and how we play. So it's just, we feel like that's a strength of ours. Spacing is going to be important. Pace is going to be important, like it is always. But when you're playing against a team that relies on playing two bigs, I think our spacing and pace can be a little bit of a counter to that. So we'll see how that plays out. And relative to efficiency, something helping both teams is you both have a really impressive turnover percentage on the offensive end. Yeah, they do a good job of taking care of the ball. I mean, as much as they're bigs to handle the ball, I think it says a lot about their skill level. Like I said, Hunter is very steady. I'm hopeful again that our ability to show a crowd can potentially force some turnovers and allows us to get out and transition. Finally, Coach, in your previous stops, you've had more good nights than bad in this building. How is it to be back in the Mecca? Yeah, it's great. It's obviously a marquee venue just in basketball. I've had some good memories here. Had a really fun Christmas game here one time when my two little guys were just little dudes, and so it's always a fun memory to come here. I hope the cameras catch Yegor cheering on the Cougs tonight. He's got his BYU letter jacket on, and it's great to have him in the building. Absolutely. He came over to practice the other day, and it's great. How much he still cares about BYU, and excited he's here. Coach, have a great game. Good luck, and we'll talk to you post-game. Thank you.
That is BYU head coach Kevin Young leading us into tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by your local Ford stores. BYU basketball, built, Ford, proud. Mark Durant, keys for the Cougs against Clemson.
Well, these Tigers may not have Eldon Campbell and Dale Davis, but they've got some solid big men, and one of the big keys for me is to have Keba Keita stay on the floor. No foul trouble for Keba. They're going to need him in the paint. And then, this is hard to quantify, Greg, but just overall bench play, big men bench play, whether it's Hadim or Xavion or Dominique coming in, Mihailo and the guards coming down to help when needed. So just a focus on taking the paint away from the Tigers.
Those are Mark's Keys to the Game. The Hyundai Cougar Tip-Off Show is coming up next, live from Madison Square Garden on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
What if I told you there's an onion that won't make you cry? I'm Patrick Fishburne, PJ golfer and proud BYU alum, and I'm talking about Smiley's onions, grown right here in Utah. Smiley's aren't just sweet and full of flavor, they're also an onion that keeps you from crying. That means no more watery eyes, no goggles, and no more kitchen hacks. Smiley's onions are the perfect kitchen companion to keep your eyes and taste buds happy. Look for Smiley's in the sweet onion aisle. Just spot the bright pink Smiley's packaging to take home a taste of Utah's best. Learn more at Smiley'sOnions.com.
It's game time. The locker room is tense. You're locked in, focused. Then someone walks in wearing your team's jersey. He knows your name. He grabs a copy of the playbook. But you've never seen him before. Do you trust him? Not a chance. That's exactly how phishing works. A fake face real damage. Protect your business before the clock runs out. Get the Les Olson Security Suite from Les Olson IT. Go to lesolson.com to learn more.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Jeremy Jordan and Dave McCann here on the latest BYU Sports Nation. Does the college football playoff need to be expanded? We break it down. Plus, we preview BYU Clemson in Madison Square Garden tonight with ESPN's Jay Billis and Jonathan Taverner.
On the next episode, ESPN's Sean Farnham will join the show. We'll recap the Cougars and Tigers and discuss all things BYU hoops like no one else but Sean can.
Listen on demand, Google BYU Sports Nation podcast, or tune in live at noon Eastern for BYUSN, always here on
BYU Radio.
Cougar Tip-Off Show, brought to you by Hyundai. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. The Cougar Tip-Off Show is also brought to you by the new Creamery on 9th and the all-new Cougar Paw, now open and ready to serve up sweet new memories. Also by Siegfried and Jensen, helping Utah families for over 35 years. Let's head live to the Utah Ice Center's courtside seats and rejoin the voice of the Cougars, Greg Wrubell.
Good evening from Madison Square Garden. We welcome you back to coverage of BYU basketball, the Jimmy V Classic, 10th-ranked BYU's first ever appearance in this event. It's the Cougars and Clemson, tipping off from the doubleheader with number 5 UConn and number 18 Florida facing off in Game 2. This is the Hyundai Cougar Tip-Off Show, brought to you by Hyundai. There's joy in every journey. See your Utah Hyundai dealers, proud partners of BYU Athletics. Greg Wrubell and Mark Durant with you for play-by-play and commentary. Our studio host is Jason Shepard. Coordinating producer is Terry South. Our control board operator is Seth Larson. Our BYU radio engineers are Barry Squires and Gary Moss. And you are tuned in on the new skin, BYU Sports Network. Well, tonight's game presents interesting contrast. Clemson's leading scorer averages only 12 points per game. But there are nine Tiger players putting up between 6 and 12 points per game. So the scoring could really come from anywhere, starting 5 or the bench. With BYU, you kind of know where the points are coming from. It's the starters. 4 of BYU's 5 starters already have 20-point games this season, and Moo Davis came close with 18, but his career high is 26. Mark, BYU's starting group is simply one of the most potent in college basketball.
I love watching these guys, and what's cool is they're different players. Like, they're different kinds of players, and they complement each other very well. Makes it tough to game plan when there's 3 really good players that you have to account for. What do? Take away, like we saw Cal Baptist try and guard AJ one-on-one. Well, that didn't work very well for them. But on the other hand, I mean, Clemson's a different approach and also difficult to game plan because they don't have a star. Sometimes if they have 1 or 2 stars, you can take them out of the game. But Clemson's a team that plays a lot of guys. They had, 49 bench points the other night. So it's going to be interesting. But, man, I like that BYU's big 3. I like having them on the floor. It makes me feel warm and comfortable when I see all 3 of them on the floor because that is a really, really good team.
Yeah, if you look at percentage of bench points scored, Clemson ranks 11th nationally. BYU ranks 349th. Yet the Cougs are still really, really good. Coming up after the break, we'll hear from Clemson head coach Brad Brownell as the Hyundai Cougar Tip-Off Show continues after this, live from Madison Square Garden in New York City on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
Cougar fans, it's time to gear up and cheer on the team. The BYU store is your #1 source for quality, authentic BYU gear. We've got everything you need to show your Cougar spirit. Get your official Big 12 merch, game day tee, and the latest Nike Authentics, just like the BYU players and coaches wear. Shop the campus store, the arena store, or online at BYUstore.com for the widest selection of BYU clothing and accessories. The BYU store, official outfitter of BYU fans everywhere.
On the court, fouls are part of the game, but on your TV, not so much. You don't have to take a timeout from your values to enjoy your favorite shows. That's where VidAngel comes in. VidAngel lets you filter offensive content from movies and shows on Netflix, Prime Video, Paramount Plus, and more, so you can watch more of what you love without the stuff you don't. Now that's something Cougar fans can rise and shout about. Get started today at vidangel.com. VidAngel. Watch more stuff without the bad stuff.
You need a deck. You want a pool. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more. Loan subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. See banker for details. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A. member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 467014.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Top of Mind is basically the podcast that I need.
Meet Julie Rose.
As a lifelong anxious person who wants to be informed and engaged on important issues, but also just can't bear the anger and division that seems to happen so often when we talk about the biggest, most important issues. I want to hear a range of perspectives on an issue in a way that challenges me to think more deeply instead of just raise my blood pressure. We're looking for clarity and we're looking for nuance.
Listen to Top of Mind wherever you get your podcasts.
Jimmy V Classic at Madison Square Garden. We've got BYU and Clemson coming up. BYU 7-1 on the season with its only loss to UConn in Boston. Clemson 7-2, losses at Georgetown and at Alabama, so they're 0-2 in true away games. The best wins they have come against Georgia and West Virginia. The head coach of the Tigers is Brad Brownell, the winningest coach in Clemson hoops history. He's one victory shy of his 300th with the Tigers. And I chatted with Coach Brownell a short time ago about being on the verge of a milestone only 10 other coaches have reached with their ACC schools.
Well, thank you for saying that. We'd like to get it tonight, but it's going to be a hard one. But I'm very just pleased with what we've been able to accomplish at Clemson here, especially the last few years. I've had a lot of really good players and assistant coaches that have helped us get to this point, and to be playing in a game like this against a program that we respect like BYU is just really good for us, and hopefully we can build on it.
Coach, it seems like there are so many concentric circles in the game of basketball that inevitably somebody on one staff knows somebody from the other staff. Are there any BYU-Clemson crossovers that either parenthetically or other come to mind beyond players like Jake, for example?
Yeah, not really with staff. I don't know their staff very well. I'm certainly, have enjoyed studying them here the last couple of days. It's been fun to watch them play, do some really good things. And then obviously we've got a couple of kids from Utah who I know a bunch of their guys and certainly know their staff. But, I'm sure Kevin and I and the rest of their guys will get to know each other a little better here now that we maybe are playing tonight. And then also I think we're all going to Maui, too, next year.
Looks that way as well. It is interesting, though, to have a couple of Utah guys playing in the ACC and playing for Clemson.
Yeah, we're really happy about it. Obviously, Jake and Carter, we think, are very good players, terrific young men that fit our Clemson culture. They're both off to good starts, and we feel like if you come and visit our place, you're gonna find a lot of things that you're gonna really like. And I think it starts with just the people and how we go about our business. And then if you get to know our basketball a little bit through the studying, you see we've been pretty good here recently. So we identified those guys early in the portal, got them on campus, and happy to make them Tigers.
With an almost new starting group, this will be your 10th game. How do you feel the group has come along and feeling like a cohesive unit?
Yeah, we're still a little up and down. Did not play well at the beginning of the Alabama game at all and really got behind. Right. But it's a learning process, like I'm sure what Kevin's going through. You find out a little bit more about your team every time you play somebody in a different style, who plays well with whom, and what maybe you need to do in preparation a little bit to help your guys. So we're still there, but I think we do have good depth. I'm hopeful that we can get a bunch of guys playing double-figure minutes tonight. I think that's what it'll take, and they're going to have to contribute for us to win.
Your depth has been a hallmark in the early part of the season.
Yeah, it has. We've gone 5 in, 5 out at times, and I think that's been good for us. I'm not sure if we'll do that tonight or not, but I do think we'll get a bunch of guys out there early and see how they play.
Finally, Coach, just thoughts on Kevin Young's BYU team and why this is a good game for both squads tonight.
Yeah, supremely talented. You watch the way they play. They play so well. They play so well together. There's great organization, direction. I mean, you can see the pro influence, the modern game. Obviously, DeBonsa is incredible talent, but I love Saunders. I mean, what a winner! Not just a shooter, but a guy who makes winning plays and right at the PG spot. I mean, you have the ability to put DeBonsa right anywhere you want him and handling the ball and make plays. And then obviously they bring guys off the bench that can all shoot and stretch you. And Kate is one of those big guys that is just he's hard to deal with around the basket and a great defensive player. So you can see they have a very good roster that's been really put together nicely in terms of how the pieces fit, and they're going to have a big year.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for your comments and taking the time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, that was Clemson head coach Brad Brownell, followed by our national anthem. And when you come to New York, you can be assured of probably Broadway-level talent.
Vegas,
giving
New
you
York,
exactly.
you're going to get a good anthem.
All right, if you have any cars on the injured reserve, Doug Smith Kia has some promising new prospects on their new lot in Linden. To see the full scouting report, visit DougSmithKia.com. Cougar Tip-Off Show rolls on from MSG after this on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
Thank you for voting Dexter Law the Valley's best law firm for the 16th year. Dexter Law is a full-service law firm offering a wide range of legal services. Since 1995, we have helped more than 25,000 Utahns, both to navigate life's challenges and to make the most of life's opportunities. From accidents to wills and from bankruptcy to business, we are passionate about shouldering your burdens. For a free consultation, visit dexterlaw.com and call or text us today.
It's game time. The locker room is tense. You're locked in, focused. Then someone walks in wearing your team's jersey. He knows your name. He grabs a copy of the playbook. But you've never seen him before. Do you trust him? Not a chance. That's exactly how phishing works. A fake face, real damage. Protect your business before the clock runs out. Get the Les Olson Security Suite from Les Olson IT. Go to lesolson.com to learn more.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
All Hyundai vehicles come standard with America's best warranty. Visit your Utah Hyundai dealer, proud partner of BYU Athletics. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Hi, I'm Sam Payne, host of The Appleseed, where great stories can bring us together. And this week on an hour of storytelling from BYU Radio, you'll hear a story about 7 kids. Now, we're talking about the GOAT kind of kids here. You probably figured that out. The story by Tim Lowry that we're sure you'll love. And the story behind the song Straighten Up and Fly Right, told for you by Bobby Norfolk. Join us right here or Google the Appleseed Podcast or download the BYU Radio app.
And Mark Durant, courtside at Madison Square Garden, actually high above courtside, concourse level for number 10 BYU and Clemson in the Jimmy V Classic. Cougs haven't played since last Wednesday when they blasted Cal Baptist 91-60. In that game, Keba Keita scores a career-high tying 23 points, 12 rebounds, blocked 3 shots. His teams are now 6-1 all-time when he records a double-double. Mark, we've always pretty much known what we're going to get from Keba on the offensive end. Some lobs, some stickbacks, but now he's showing a little more on that end of the floor.
And we even had a post touch back to the basket jump hook from Keba the other night. That was exciting to see. I mean, obviously Keba's a force down low. He's a great dunker, and if you can dunk it. But he's got a nice little floater. he's a release valve guy, right? So if they double team AJ or Richie, then he's a release guy, and he does a really good job at. He shoots one of the best field goal percentages in the country, so he is a threat. But I'd like to see more. I'm just a guy that believes if you can get an easy bucket from a big guy, just isolate him, get a little jump hook. That really helps your team, and you can't then extend the defense on shooters as much because you have to be aware of a post presence. I think Caba could do that. He's getting better and better with his offensive skills.
Caba and the Cougs and Clemson coming right up. Final thoughts before tip-off are coming up next. This is the Hyundai Cougar Tip-Off Show on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
On the court, fouls are part of the game, but on your TV, not so much. You don't have to take a timeout from your values to enjoy your favorite shows. That's where VidAngel comes in. VidAngel lets you filter offensive content from movies and shows on Netflix, Prime Video, Paramount Plus, and more, so you can watch more of what you love without the stuff you don't. Now that's something Cougar fans can rise and shout about. Get started today at vidangel.com. VidAngel. Watch more stuff without the bad stuff.
Cougar fans, it's time to gear up and cheer on the team. The BYU store is your #1 source for quality, authentic BYU gear. We've got everything you need to show your Cougar spirit. Get your official Big 12 merch, game day tee, and the latest Nike Authentics, just like the BYU players and coaches wear. Shop the campus store, the arena store, or online at BYUstore.com for the widest selection of BYU clothing and accessories. The BYU store, official outfitter of BYU fans everywhere.
It's game time. The locker room is tense. You're locked in, focused. Then someone walks in wearing your team's jersey. He knows your name. He grabs a copy of the playbook. But you've never seen him before. Do you trust him? Not a chance. That's exactly how phishing works. A fake face, real damage. Protect your business before the clock runs out. Get the Les Olson Security Suite from Les Olson IT. Go to lesolson.com to learn more.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Are you a BYU radio fan? If so, and you find yourself tuning in on the regular, then why not leave us a review? You wouldn't lose a thing if you took a minute to rate us or your favorite show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and you'd be helping us improve how we deliver the good into your life. So, whether you like what we're doing or think we can improve, let us know. Listen wherever you get your podcasts or download the BYU Radio app. And thank you for making BYU Radio a part of your day.
The Hyundai Cougar Tip-Off Show rolls on. Here's Greg Wrubell.
All right, a couple of notes before tip-off. Kevin Young, head coach of the BYU Cougars, has coached 12 games in this building as an assistant with the 76ers and the Suns. His record in this building is 10-2, 7-1 with the Sixers, 3-1 with the Suns. BYU all-time has played 23 games in this venue, going 10-13 all-time. They won the NIT in this building in 1951 and 1966. The last win that BYU had in this building came in December of 1966, so 59 years ago. In the Holiday Festival, BYU beat St. Bonaventure 96-84. The Cougs have lost 7 consecutive games since that last win in this building. Mark and I have called 2 of those 7 losses, the NIT semifinals of 2013 and 2016. Then there's this. Flash forward to just 6 days ago against Cal Baptist. BYU 23 assists against Cal Baptist. BYU's best assist game of the year. And Mark, under Kevin Young, the Cougs are 13-0 when they have 20 or more helpers.
I think this team is a one-on-one type of team, but the more assists you can get, the better. Obviously, the numbers bear that out. You know, it's always funny listening to Kevin Young talk. He's like, yeah, I'm used to these NBA rings. He's had quite a life before BYU, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that he could have been the head coach in this building if he'd have stayed in the NBA. And so if he's coaching here, but for BYU.
Tip-off of BYU and Clemson is coming up from Madison Square Garden. This has been the Hyundai Cougar Tip-Off Show on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
You need another bathroom. You want a back patio retreat. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more. Loan subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. See banker for details. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 467014.
Do you really need to floss your teeth? The saying goes you only have to floss the teeth you want to keep. When brushing or flossing your teeth, have you ever had your gums bleed? Bleeding gums are a key indicator of gum disease, which has been linked to other inflammatory health conditions such as heart disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, and others. A recent study found COVID-19 patients with gum disease were 22 times more likely to have respiratory complications. Have your teeth regularly cleaned by a dentist or hygienist to prevent disease. Find out more at visityourdentist.org. This message brought to you by eAssist Dental Health Education Foundation.
At Dexter Law, we have helped thousands of Utahns who have been injured in car accidents. Insurance companies have attorneys fighting for them. You should too. In fact, an IRC study found that those represented by an attorney receive 3.7 times more money than those without an attorney. If you've been injured through no fault of your own, allow us to shoulder your burden and help you to be fairly compensated. For a free consultation, visit dexterlaw.com and call or text us today.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Hey, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from BYU Radio's The Lisa Show. I got to put together an awesome episode with the musical group Gentry. Here's a sneak peek.
I thought to myself, I'm gonna dress up as Santa Claus because it was like a few days before, like the week of Christmas. I was like, why not? I gotta work. I might as well be fun and festive.
Tune into the Lisa Show podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Cougar fans, it's time to play BYU basketball.
Hammering home the dunk is A.J. DeBonsa.
Play-by-play coverage of BYU basketball is brought to you by Big O Tires. Stop by your locally owned and operated Big O Tires, the team you trust. By Ken Garf, we hear you. By Smith's, fresh for everyone. And by New Skin, discover the best you. This is BYU basketball.
To Richie for three and an 11-point lead. Yes! Richie Saunders!
On the New Skin, BYU Sports Network.
Cougars and Clemson. Straight ahead, let's meet the starting lineups brought to you by Mountain America. Mountain America, the official credit union of the BYU Cougars. We'll start with the Clemson Tigers. Starting at the point number 2, Dylan Hunter, a 6'4", 195-pound senior from Atlanta, GA. At the 2, number 1, Justin Porter, 6'1", 180, a senior from Houston, Texas, and a transfer from Middle Tennessee State. At the 3, number 11, Nick Davidson, 6'10", 235, from Mission Viejo, California, and a Nevada transfer. At the 4, the former BYU signee, number 10, Jake Wallin, 6'10", 210, junior from Provo, Utah. A transfer from Utah and a signee at BYU. He played at Timpview High School. At the 5, number 22, Carter Welling, a 6'11", 240-pound junior. He's from Draper, Utah, Corner Canyon High School. Former high school teammate of BYU's Brady Kozlowski. He played for UC Irvine and then Utah Valley last year before transferring into Clemson. The head coach of the Tigers is Brad Brownell, 16th year in Clemson, 24th year overall. His record with the Tigers, 299 and 198. So yes, he is, as we talked about, one win away from 300 as Clemson's head coach. His team is 7-2, including a 2-0 record on neutral floors. Mark Durant introduces you now to the BYU Cougars.
At point guard for the Cougars, number 1, Rob Wright III, the sophomore out of Wilmington, Delaware. Transfer from Baylor. At the 2, number 30, Kennard Davis Jr., the junior from St. Louis, Missouri. Your 3-man is number 15, Richie Saunders, 6'5", 200-pound senior out of Riverton, Utah. Your 4 is number 3, the freshman phenom A.J. DeBonsa. He's out of Brockton, Massachusetts. And at the 5 spot, the big fellow, the man in the middle, number 13, Kebakeda, 6'9", 240 senior out of Bamako, Mali. That's your starting 5 for the 7-1 Cougars, 5-1 on neutral floors. A lot of neutral floors so far for BYU, coached by Kevin Young in season number 2, 33-11 at BYU.
Yeah, tonight's game is the 6th of 6 consecutive neutral floor games for BYU. The Cougs have had 2 home games and 7 neutral floor games through 9 games this year. They'll get back home for a 4-game homestand starting Saturday against UC Riverside. Getting set for the BYU Salt Lake Center tip-off. Discover your why in the heart of Salt Lake City. Learn more at slc.byu.edu. The referees for tonight's game are Roger Ayers, Kip Kissinger, and Courtney Gren. Greg Rubel and Mark Durant with you. High above courtside at Madison Square Garden for the Cougs and the Tigers. Third meeting all time, and the first one meeting in a game other than in the NCAA tournament. And interestingly, Mark, the Tigers making a lineup change, replacing a 6'7" player with a 6'10" player in the starting lineup. So they're going to start 6'10", 6'10", 6'11" against BYU.
Yeah, I think that sends a message that they feel like they have an advantage with their size, and maybe to have some rim protectors against drivers like Rob Wright and A.J. DeBonsa. So that's an interesting approach. We'll see how it plays out. But, Clemson, they're going to play a lot of different guys. So I don't know how much it'll matter, but they're starting big.
Yeah, Clemson looks a lot like last year's BYU team in that they had basically a couple of starting fives. Coach Brownell talked about 5 in, 5 out that they've been able to do, and BYU's not really that team. At least you can't do it and expect the same level of productivity. It'll be Keba Keita and Carter Welling. Welling, again, the UVU transfer. 32 games played, 32 games started for the Wolverines last year when he averaged 13 points and 6 rebounds per game. His brother Hayden Welling is still a player for Utah Valley. All right, the ball's going up. You're in Game 1 at the Jimmy V Classic, and Clemson will slap into backcourt, and it'll be Dylan Hunter. Basically barely saving in before falling out of bounds beneath the BYU bucket, but it'll be Clemson into forecourt. On the wing left side, it's Wallin, right wing to Porter. The topside drive from Wallin. Fade away from 8 feet. He missed it. The tip follow, no, and Keba snatches the rebound out of the air. So 2 good looks for the Tigers, and BYU clears the glass.
They went straight to the big man that Richie is guarding. He's going to have a tough defensive assignment.
Tibansa on the arc left side. Will drive into Wallin, get doubled on the base, finds Rob Wright the third. That 3 was off the mark from the right corner, but offensive rebounded by Keba Keita. Keita, while being pushed to the ground, finds AJ in the corner for a 3, and that's good. AJ Tibansa opens the scoring for BYU. It's the first Mountain America Credit Union 3-pointer of the night, brought to you by Mountain America, the official credit union of BYU Athletics. 3-0 Cougs, 1 minute in here at MSG.
Yeah, I like to watch you guys warm up, and AJ was on fire from 3. Continues that. There's a 3 the other way.
Carter Welling answers from 3. That's a 6'11", 240-pound center knocking down the 3 at the top of the key.
It's always a tough guard for BYU to get out on good shooting centers, and the exhibition at Nebraska did not go well for BYU.
Rob Wright the third finds AJ outside the free throw line at the left elbow. Takes it out to the top of the key. Just 1 3-point line here on this floor. Leaning in is AJ. The shot's net there out to Saunders. Saunders left corner. Saunders on the bounce, gives it up in the corner left side to AJ, stripe extended left side, fades away and misses it strong. The rebound to Carter Welling. He'll clear to Dylan Hunter. Cross court to Jake Wallin. The former BYU signee misses the 3. Offensive rebounded by Davidson. A send out to Dylan Hunter. Hunter will drive back out to Welling for another 3, and that's heavy. Rebound. BYU. Rob Wright collects on the baseline. 3-3, 2 minutes gone here at Madison Square Garden. Jersey number 1 guarding jersey number 1. Porter on right. Wright's going to lob it up for Keita. Keita comes down with it, missed the reverse lay-in, and gets the follow stick back. Offensive rebound score for Keba Keita. BYU takes a 5-3 lead.
Already 3 rebounds for Keba.
2 on the offensive end. Tigers in forecourt. They go left to right as we see it and you hear it. BYU coming right to left. It is Justin Porter just inside the 3-point line right side. He goes to Dylan Hunter, the Clemson point guard Hunter from Atlanta, Georgia. Gets Kennard Davis over the screen. On the switch comes Saunders. Passing out of the free throw line to Davidson in the right corner for 3. It's missed, and AJ has the rebound. Tibansa is going to race past Jake Wallin outside the right elbow. AJ still on the bounce, working short corner right side. He backs into the paint. Steps through and sends out to Davis. Davis to right top of the key. Has a taller man on him on the switch. That's Welling on right, and Wright's going to run past Welling and then be blocked out of bounds by Nick Davidson. It'll stay BYU basketball with a 9-second shot clock. 16:53 on the first half game clock. BYU basketball brought to you by Bailey's Moving and Storage. We help you manage moving so you can focus on making memories. We're here at Madison Square Garden, 5-3. BYU leads Clemson, 16:53 to play until halftime. DeBonsa on a 5-second shot clock. Pulls up, and that jumper from the base right is pure for A.J. DeBonsa. And the Cougs take a 7-3 lead, game-high lead of 4 in the early going.
Yeah, beautiful move. Quick shot, baseline jumper.
Justin Porter all the way to the hoop, missing in tight. Late whistle comes, and it comes with 16:37 to go till halftime. Rob Wright III picks up his first foul of half number 1. And it'll be a shooting foul. Justin Porter will go to the free throw line. Porter, a 73% free throw shooter through 9 games of this season, coming off a 4-point game against Alabama, but he had been scorching it. He was scoring 15.3 points per game in the 3 games leading into the game in Tuscaloosa. Porter knocks down the free throw. That's his first point, and the Tigers' 4th point. 7-4 is our score. 16:37 to go until halftime. And the second free throw good, so 2 for 2 on the trip for Porter. It's a 2-point game. AJ, guarded by Wallin. The former Cougar signee and the former Ute player. Richie Saunders, quick pull and fire. Missed the 3 from the right side. Wallin grabs the rebound. Wallin forecourt left side to Porter. Porter will hand beneath the basket to Davidson. Waits, lets a man fly by and lays it off the window. That's 4 in a row for the Tigers. Davidson scores 2. We are tied at 7 with 16:10 to play until halftime. Rob Wright, driving kick, move for 3. Nope, missed it left corner. Offensive rebound, Richie Saunders doubled in the post and turns it over. Nearly turned it over on the send-out. Now it's a fight on the floor. Wright and Davidson battling for the ball. It'll be a tie-up, and the arrow will go to BYU after this break. It's our first timeout. 15:59 to play here at Madison Square Garden. Half number 1, and we're square. 7-7. Cougars and Tigers. It's a Tuesday night catfight on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
Attention BYU students, parents, and faculty. Did you know Quick Quack Car Wash is a proud sponsor of your BYU Cougars? That's right. When we're not keeping cars clean, we're painting our faces and rooting for the Cougs, just like you. Our wash packages will get you soap, shine, protected, and ready for game day. Plus, our in-wash light show, seasonal scented washes, and projector experience will keep you feeling great after a big win all week long. Stop in today to get the best clean your car can be with Quick Quack Car Wash, the official wash of BYU Athletics.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
All Hyundai vehicles come standard with America's best warranty. Visit your Utah Hyundai dealer, proud partner of BYU Athletics. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Meet Marcus Smith, host of BYU Radio's Constant Wonder.
You know, from the time I can remember being a little kid, I was worried about time and spending time well. And I've always wanted to do the kind of work where I'm not killing time and I'm not killing anybody else's time. The kinds of things that we talk about on all of our shows. It has to do with the things that are eternal and that matter and are in fact of the Spirit.
Listen to Constant Wonder wherever you get your podcasts.
This is BYU Basketball on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
BYU Basketball brought to you by Siegfried & Jensen. Siegfried & Jensen, helping Utah families for over 30 years. Learn more at siegfriedandjensen.com. Greg Wrubell and Mark Durant coming your way from the Big Apple. A couple weeks from now, 3 weeks, we'll be in the Little Apple.
That's right.
Manhattan, Kansas, as the Cougs open Big 12 play in the first weekend of January.
Yeah, it's a little different. A little different there in Manhattan.
Traffic's not as stifling in Manhattan, Kansas.
It's a great place to visit here. I don't know how people live here. There's too many people in too small a space. It's cool. It's a cool place to be. And BYU a little cool from the 3-point line. Richie, I think they're going to have. I think that's going to be available to them. They're kind of helping with the big man, camping a guy right under the hoops. So it's going to be hard to dribble and shoot layups. So you're going to have some open threes. Got to hit them.
Both teams are 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. We caught back into BYU basketball with a 14-second shot clock. It was a held ball into a BYU offensive possession, so a shorter shot clock. Richie will pull and fire and miss the 3 top of the key. Out of bounds last off the rim. No one touched. Maybe BYU glancing touch. And so it'll be Clemson basketball. And Richie's 0 for 2 from 3. The Cougs are 1 for 5 from deep. 7-7 our score, 4-0 spurt for the Tigers. Clemson keeps the original starting 5 on the floor. BYU's gone to the bench with Alexei Kostic, replacing Rob Wright III. BYU sniffed out a pick and roll, and Richie stepped in for the steal, driving layup, good. Richie Saunders with the steal, the sprint, and the score as he intercepted that pick and roll pass to the paint and took it all the way for 2. BYU in a 2-point lead, 9-7.
That's so good. Great defense. And then he's got a defender, a shot blocker trailing. He goes from his right hand underneath with his left hand. Beautiful shot. And there's another turnover. Kennard Davis tips it to Kaba.
We'll call Richie's steal, sprint, and score the New Skin beautiful play of the game. Brought to you by New Skin. Discover the best you. A foul out front as A.J. DiBanza drove from the right wing. It'll be a non-shooting situation. BYU 9 and Clemson 7. Almost 5 minutes in here at MSG. All right, first substitution for Coach Brad Brownell. He'll bring in Butta Johnson. His name is Ephraim, but he goes by Butta. B-U-T-T-A, Butta Johnson. UAB transfer.
Hadim checked in, and Kaba had to remind him he had his shooting shirt on. And I got to take that off if you want to play.
Hadim is in for Kaba. BYU sends it on the baseline and turns it over on the inbound. So Clemson the other way. Butta Johnson. Left wing to Justin Porter. Little hesitation dribble. Right wing to Nick Davidson. Great post speed on the seal. Squeezing it up and in is Carter Welling. Welling's got 5 to lead the Tigers, and we're tied back at 9.
That's twice they've got a mismatch with Richie on the block, trying to take advantage of that size.
Kennard Davis Jr. goes high to A.J. DiBanza, guarded by Butta Johnson.
I'm going to enjoy that all night long here at Greg Wrubell. Say Butta.
DiBanza backing down on Butta. Pass out right wing to Kostic. Big three, and he missed it. Alexei misses. BYU's 1 for 6 from deep, and Kostic misses the three-pointer. Rebound to Clemson. 9-9 the score. Clemson's not led in this game. They cycle to Welling, top of the key 3. That's missed short. Offensive rebound to Justin Porter. Reset. Top of the arc to Hunter. Right wing Butta. Back to Dylan Hunter on the angle right. 30 feet away, now straight away. The pass goes to Welling. He'll send out to Hunter, angle right. Stripped. Kennard Davis Jr. on the drive. Lays it up and in. Keeping Nick Davidson on his hip. BYU takes the 2-point lead, 11-9. And the Cougs have turned a pair of turnovers directly into points at the other end. Clemson is a good turnover team, like BYU, two of the lower turnover percentage teams in the country. Welling drives as he lost Saunders out front, and coming over to help was Hadim Boop, and Boop is called for the foul. It'll put the Tigers back at the free throw line. 13:31 to play until halftime, and Coach Brad Brownell is going for almost a hockey line change. He's got 4 subs waiting to come in. It'll be Carter Welling to the free throw line. Welling's off to a strong start, almost to his halfway to his per game average. Welling averaging 10.6 per game. He's got 5. He looks for points 6 and 7 from the free throw line. The foul to Boop, and Welling shoots 2, and that's good for Carter Welling, only a 69% free throw shooter. He knocks down the first. 11-10. We've stayed pretty tight the whole way in the first 7 minutes. Kennard Davis Jr. will have a seat. Rob Wright is back in. So BYU with Wright and Kostic, Saunders, DiBanza, and Boop, as Carter Welling goes for point number 7 of half number 1. 11-10 and 11-11. The Tigers are 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Welling's got 7. And he'll have a seat after the free throw make, as Coach Brownell goes liberally to his bench. R.J. Godfrey, who has started 7 of 9 games coming in 2 tonight, comes in as a reserve. Godfrey, number 0, into the contest for Clemson. Rob Wright III between the circles. Will drive it right and go right corner to Kostic. Kostic, dribble hand off to Wright, back to Alexei topside. The pass left to Richie Saunders on the 3-point line. BYU down to a 10-second shot clock. Bounce pass to DiBanza, straddling the 3-point line left side. He'll back it down, get into the painted area, keep the pivot foot down, fade away, and miss it. Rebound to the Tigers. Clemson plays for its first lead of the game on this possession. 11-11 our score. BYU a frigid shooting start. 35% field, 17% arc. 12:45 to play till halftime. Chase Thompson among the subs having checked in. Diving low is Godfrey. The pass out to Butta Johnson. Butta turned it over. You say Butta fingers on that one? You can't spell Butta without UAB, and Johnson is a UAB transfer from Huntsville, Alabama. It's turnover number 4 for Clemson to BYU's 1. Just one giveaway for BYU. On our stat monitor, they have the logos reversed. They've got the BYU logo over the Clemson stats, so we have to be careful of where we're looking today because they're all discombobulated on our visual monitor here. Rob Wright, a little out of control on the baseline drive, finds DeBonsa on the wing left side, knocked out of DeBonsa's hands, gets it back. They go for the steal again, and it's on the floor, and Clemson ties up. Rob Wright takes away, and now we get a true alternate possession arrow, and it'll go to Clemson the other way with 12:19 to play here in the first half. BYU looked like it had it. Tigers looked like they had it, and back and forth they went. And a loose ball scramble. It ends up with the Tigers tying up BYU. And we go to the arrow. 12:19 to play till the break, and we're still 11-11. BYU's large lead has been 4. Clemson has yet to lead in this game.
AJ taketh and he giveth back. He did nice pressure to create the turnover on one end, but then gave it right back to Clemson that time as he started his move, got it knocked away.
Neither team shooting it well. Both teams under 36% from the field and under 20% from the three-point line. Zach Foster, left side. We've already seen 10 Tigers play in this game. Fade away by Foster. In and out. Offensive rebound. Godfrey stick back, and there's the Tigers' first lead. Another offensive rebound for Clemson. That's 4. But their first second chance points of the night. Godfrey scores 2.
Boop's got to be better than that. He had good position and got pushed down. He got to be stronger, keep that position.
13-11, Clemson leading BYU. Kostic for 3 right side. That's heavy. Another 3-point miss, but it's slapped to Richie Saunders, who takes it out to the wing left side. Move to Rob. Rob's going to float it up and get it to go. Into contact from a little 6-footer top in front of the rim. Rob squeezes it up and it drops over the iron. 13-13, we're back into a tie game. Chase Thompson left side for Clemson. Clemson left to right here in the first half. R.J. Godfrey wipes away a defender. Out to Foster. He'll bounce pass to Godfrey, mid-alley left. High to Foster for 3. That's in and out.
Better.
Rebound to Hadim Boop. BYU clears the glass with 11-13 to play in the half, and 13-13 our score. BYU is 1 for 7 from the three-point line. Rob Wright the third. Behind the back at the free throw line to Richie Saunders. Drives into contact. Banks and scores. No! You got to call it a continuation. The new rule has got to continue. They can't believe what an amazing shot. Richie banks and scores. And that's one where you call.
That's even without the new rule. That's crazy.
They're going to talk about this. They may end up giving the bucket to BYU. One of the officials came over to overrule the player who called the foul, or the ref who called the foul out front. This may go to continuation and give Richie the bucket. We'll see if they decide that during this timeout. 10:59 to go till halftime. The score 13-13. There was a foul called on Richie Saunders. They bodied him out front. But if that's called 2 and the foul, it'll be a 3-point play chance after this. 13-13 our score on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
From business matters to family matters, from legal advice to litigation, Fillmore Spencer is your full-service law firm headquartered just a mile north of the Marriott Center on University Avenue, with branch offices in Salt Lake and St. George. Top-rated lawyers consistently voted Utah Valley's favorite law firm. With its broad legal expertise, Fillmore Spencer can play offense or defense and even provide a little coaching. Fillmore Spencer, solving problems and seizing opportunities for you, your family, and your business.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Another season of BYU men's basketball is underway.
We got Kevin Young!
Join us every Thursday at 6:30 for BYU Basketball with Kevin Young. Brought to you by Ken Garff. Hear the latest on all things BYU basketball as Coach Kevin Young, Greg Wrubell, and special guests discuss the current state of BYU's Big 12 season. Listen to BYU Basketball with Kevin Young live on Local 107.9 and the BYU Radio app, or stream it on demand wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to BYU Basketball on the new skin, BYU Sports Network. Here's Jason Shepard with a scoreboard update.
Besides BYU, there's only one other top 25 team in action right now, and it is number 2 Michigan hosting Villanova in Ann Arbor. Wolverines on top 31-16, 9 minutes left in the first half. Let's get you back out to the world's most famous arena and the world's most famous play-by-play man, Greg Wrubell.
Oh, Jason. Thank you, Jason. BYU Basketball brought to you by All Pro Capital. Put your money to work with smart real estate investments. Visit allprocapital.com for more information. All Pro Capital, creating wealth by putting our investors first. Well, during that break, the referees did as we thought they might, and they gave Richie Saunders a continuous motion shooting foul for a three-point play as we come back. So count the bucket and put Richie at the line. This from the rule book this year. They amended a ruling that defines the motion that normally starts a field goal try. A player with the ball who is fouled after the dribble has ended and believed to be attempting a shot may complete a pivot or the one step the player is on in order to complete the shooting motion. That's what Richie did. He made an amazing bank shot, and he makes the free throw to complete a three-point play. So as we come back in, BYU takes a 16-13 lead. It's a 5-0 BYU run.
Yeah, great shot. I mean, I think the referee initially was surprised it even went in and maybe took him off guard.
Clemson in forecourt. Chase Thompson with BYU now zoning in a 2-3. Top side to Butta Johnson. Butta, 35 feet away. It's left side, Zach Foster. Back to Butta out front. Soft spot in the zone is the free throw line. Godfrey, stripped, got it back. Three-pointer right side by Buckner is strong. Offensive rebound, Clemson. A reset and a strip away. Bounced right back into Godfrey's hands. And Clemson stays in possession with a 12-second shot clock. BYU had that ball twice. And it bounced back to Clemson 2 times. Buckner at the left elbow. Finds Godfrey. Godfrey will run it low. Off the window heavy. And then a foul on BYU. It was no good at the glass, and they called the shot. The foul on the shot. It'll be 2 free throws for Clemson. The Cougs had ended that possession twice, and the Tigers end up with 2 free throws with R.J. Godfrey.
Both teams throwing up a lot of bricks from the three, and that long rebounds, and each team making hay on the offensive boards, 5 apiece, and so you're getting the misses but not getting the rebounds.
Free throw good. Clemson hasn't missed a free throw. Godfrey knocks it down. Tigers are 5 for 5. That's an unfortunate defensive sequence for BYU because they got the misses, just couldn't find the rebound, or in the case of strips, couldn't secure the turnover. Second chance points, by the way, 9-3 in BYU's favor, now 9-4, as those count as second chance points on the free throw. Tigers are 6 for 6 at the line, and they're hanging with BYU 16-15.
BYU just with that one free throw from Richie.
Rob Wright III runs it left side, hands off to Saunders. Saunders hemmed in by the sideline and Zach Foster. He'll keep the drive alive, have it knocked out of his hands at 10 feet, squeeze it up and miss it right at the rim, and then out of bounds off of Keba Keita. It'll be Clemson basketball. 16-15. BYU's lead 1, and the 50-50s are going Clemson's way here in the first half of the first half. 9:50 to play until halftime. Zach Foster, right wing, and now right corner to R.J. Godfrey. Godfrey, 6'7", 240 from Swanee, Georgia, the Georgia transfer. A driving kick, open 3, Thompson. Missed it heavy. Top of the backboard and over. Whistle will blow, and BYU will take it the other way. Clemson is 1 for 8 from 3, but BYU's 1 for 7.
AJ will check back in, I think, for Richie, and I like having Mihailo in there along with Keba, not substituting for Keba, because that gives you a little bit more height than maybe can help with the rebounding so far.
BYU basketball brought to you by VidAngel, letting you skip the stuff you don't want to see or hear in movies and shows, so your home team always wins. Learn more after the game at vidangel.com. All right, Cougar basketball, right to left. The Cougar forecourt is in front of us, and we're really high off the floor above concourse level here at MSG. A.J. DiBonsa drive and misses the lay-in. Cava had the follow, but A.J. fouled. That should have gone for A.J. DiBonsa. That's a wide-open path to the hoop. Took a hit, but that finger roll off the glass was just a little too heavy. And he will go to the free throw line to earn the points he could not make on that scoop at the rim. I have to argue the foul affected the trajectory of that shot, and so that's why he's at the free throw line. And heavy on that free throw. That was heavy out of his fingers. And it'll make BYU 1 for 2 at the stripe here in the first half, whereas Clemson 6 for 6. BYU keeps a 1-point lead.
He's no Darrell Griffith. He doesn't get a lot of loft in his shot. He gets the second one, but we're not complaining. He's a great shooter, but he's just a lower trajectory type guy.
1 for 2 for DiBonsa, and 17 to 15. BYU has a 2-point lead. The Cougs have no field goals in the last 3 minutes. Carter Welling takes a foul. If that's Rob Wright the third, that's going to be 2, but it may not be on, maybe on Mihailo and not Rob. So give Boskovic the foul. 9:04 to play until halftime. Cougs 17, Tigers 15. Clemson shooting 29%, but down just 2 points to BYU. 29% from the field, 13% from 3. But those 6 for 6 on the free throw line have them right where they want to be. Justin Porter will start a cycle to the right wing to Dylan Hunter. Hunter high to Davidson. Davidson, dribble handoff. Hunter straight away. He'll drive the end line, cut off beneath the hoop, will come through and back into the painted area, float an elbow jumper and score it. Dylan Hunter has his first 2, are tied at 17. BYU shooting 39%, 14% from 3. The two teams are combined 2 of 15 at the three-point line. BYU's lone three-point make, A.J. DiBonsa. He's 1 for 1 from deep. Davis 0 for 2, Kosic 0 for 2, Saunders 0 for 2. DiBonsa out between the rings.
He made the first one. BYU's missed 6 since then.
DiBonsa at the free throw line. Fades away from 15, short on it. Rebound Dylan Hunter, and a collision of bodies in the paint. A malfunction at the junction there, and it'll be BYU on the foul. I think Boskovic might be called for that. Is that 2 on Mihai?
Yeah, that's 2 on him. And Clemson players ran into each other, and I guess they say Boskovic pushed his man into his teammate, but not a lot there.
And not a lot being made from the field right now. Both teams shooting in the 30s right now. 17-17, 8:16 to go until halftime. Cougars and Clemson here at Madison Square Garden. Florida and UConn coming up next. UConn number 5, Florida number 18. BYU coming in number 10 tonight. Jake Wallin feeds it low to Nick Davidson. And a really nice step through by Davidson to lay it off the window. He's got 4, and the Tigers are back in front, 19-17. Neither team putting much of a lead in front of the other at this point. Clemson's large lead 2, BYU's large lead 4. Floater from Rob Wright, no, and then pushed in the back is Cada. It'll be a non-shooting situation and a timeout on the floor. Foul number 4 for the Tigers. BYU 5 fouls, Tigers 4. Timeout with 7:49 to play until halftime. It is Clemson 19. It is BYU 17. It is BYU basketball on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
You need a deck. You want a pool. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more. Loan subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. See banker for details. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, NA member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 467014.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
All Hyundai vehicles come standard with America's best warranty. Visit your Utah Hyundai dealer, proud partner of BYU Athletics. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Did you know that sharks have been around for 450 million years?
Really?
Did you know that the hashtag symbol is technically called an octothorpe?
Yeah.
Did you know the 100 folds in a chef's hat represent 100 ways to cook an egg?
You're kidding me.
And did you know that when you listen to the BYU Radio podcasts, you can learn more fun facts and insights about the world around us? Download the BYU Radio app or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Now that's good to know.
Let's get you back to the Utah Ice Center's courtside seats and rejoin the voice of the Cougars, Greg Wrubell.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the new skin BYU Sports Network.
This is BYU Radio on KBYU FM HD2 Provo. You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Cougar Basketball brought to you by Hoops Vision. Modern vision correction isn't one size fits all. Discover what's right for you at hoopsvision.com. Greg Wrubell, Mark Durant with you, high above courtside here at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Sitting a few seats away from the BYU bench, BYU President C. Shane Reese, BYU Vice President for Advancement, Keith Vorkink, and alongside those two, Yegor Dioman of the Brooklyn Nets, former BYU Cougar here supporting his former team with his BYU letter jacket on.
He's so supportive of BYU, and right behind them is Dave and Cheryl Rose.
Yeah,
it's a great group. I got on the plane with President Reese, President Vorkink, and it's always comforting. I know this plane's not going down last night, so it's great to see them. And it's a smattering of fans here. I think this place will fill up as the nightcaps gets closer with Florida and UConn fans as well. But always representing well as BYU.
BYU trailing Clemson 19-17, 7:49 to go till halftime. With a win tonight, Brad Brownell becomes the 10th ACC coach with 300 wins at the same school as a conference member. Brownell is 299 and 198 with Clemson. He's taken Clemson to 5 NCAA tourneys, 1 Sweet 16, and 1 Elite 8. Eight NCAA tournament appearances overall for Brownell, including those Sweet 16 and Elite 8 advancements.
Backdoor cut for Boop is fouled at the rim, so reset Cougars. AJ will trigger baseline.
20 seconds on the shot timer and 7:43 on the first half game clock. BYU down 2. The Cougs have led by as many as 4. Clemson's large lead is the current lead of 2. Hadim Boop, 30 feet away. Right side, hand off to A.J. Dibonsa. Back to Hadim. Hadim will drive and dunk, give the assist to A.J. Dibonsa. And Hadim Boop on the finish at the rim. And let's call that our Hoops Vision assist of the game. Discover what's right for you at hoopsvision.com.
A.J. said, hey, that worked last time. We'll do the exact same thing, and they get a bucket this time.
19-19. We are tied up once again. A driving kick, and in the corner, Porter's 3 is good. Clemson's second 3 of the night gives the Tigers a game-high 3-point lead, 22-19. The Tigers now 2 for 9. BYU languishing at 1 for 7 from the perimeter. Nice cross-court pass to Kennard Davis, who will drive and send high to Rob Wright for 3, and that's good. So, said Cougs are 1 for 7, make them 2 for 8. It's a Mountain America Credit Union 3-pointer for Rob Wright III. He's got a 3 in his last name, and a 3 on the board for BYU. We are tied at 22. 6:46 to play, driving right down Main Street. Missing at the rim was Zach Foster, but he drew a foul on his way to the hoop. There'll be foul number 6 against BYU, and a shooting foul will send Foster to the line. Foster's really good at the stripe. In fact, as a team, Clemson's really good. 75% on the year. Foster himself shooting 88% at the charity stripe. He will get 2 here on the year. He is 14 of 16 at the free throw line. Zach Foster shoots 2, but the team's tied at 22. And a good shot off what looked like it might be a miss. Rattles around and drops down. And Clemson's free throw shooting. Excellent. Half number 1. 7 for 7. BYU 2 for 3.
That was Mihailo's third, so he'll be done for the half. Richie checks back in for him.
About a foul a minute for Mihailo here in the first half. Foster, a single point. Short on the second, and Richie Saunders couldn't grab the rebound, and it falls to Clemson. Another reset as Davidson's going to lean into Boop. Hand off, and the dunk for R.J. Godfrey. More second chance points for Clemson.
Yeah, it turned into a 3-point play. We've seen a lot of rebounds off of free throws this year against BYU.
Sure have. 25-22, Clemson's lead, a game-high 3. Another one of those first halves for BYU. Runner by Dibonsa turns into a pass to Boop and then deflected by the Cougs out of bounds. It's a turnover. number 3 for BYU and Clemson basketball. Clemson's made its last 4 from the floor. 25-22, the Tigers play for a new game-high lead on this possession. Zach Foster straight away to Davidson 3, short, rebound, AJ. DeBonsa's going to run Jake Wallin into forecourt. AJ, little hesitation head fake and takes a hit out front as a result. Non-shooting foul, it's number 6. It'll go against Godfrey. Godfrey's first. Again, the Tigers 6th. Team fouls are even 6 apiece. 25-22. Tigers a 3-point lead in BYU basketball on the sideline. 5:58 to play until halftime. BYU shooting 39%, 25 from the arc. Tigers 42%, 20 from the 3-point line. Free throw shooting, a difference maker. BYU 2 of 3, Clemson 7 for 8. DeBonsa with a half reverse pivot at 35 feet right side. Will now drive the lane, stripped and turned over. Justin Porter running a 3-on-2. Lobs it up for Godfrey, who lays it up and in. He's got 8, and that's a 5-point lead for Clemson. Game-high lead. BYU's turnover turns into points the other way. Points off of turnovers going 8-4 in Clemson's favor. Dominique Diomande in the game. BYU with 5:30 to go in the first half trails by a game-high 5 at 27-22. Richie Saunders missing a 3 long, and Clemson the rebound. BYU's 2 for 9 from deep. Richie's 0 for 3. Clemson forecourt, transition triple short. Rebound, Boop, lost it to the Tigers. Another offensive rebound.
Just got to grab that. I mean, Boop's right there. Grab the ball.
8-5, offensive glass in Clemson's favor here in the first half. Justin Porter, 3-point land left. Down the lane, blocked on the scoop attempt by Hadim Boop with 4:55 to play. It'll stay Clemson basketball with a 3-second shot clock. It'll be Moo checking in for BYU, Butta checking in for Clemson. So a couple of cool nicknames checking in, Moo and Butta.
They're related somehow. Hey, they got to get a stop here with these 3 seconds.
There is a dairy connection with those guys, and that's a 3-pointer falling away by Justin Pointer with a 3-second shot clock. They knock down the 3, and it's all Clemson late here in the first half. An 8-point lead for the Tigers now. At 30-22, it's an 8-0 Clemson run.
Yeah, that was bad. Like that, to get a shot off that late.
Kennard Davis in the right corner. Short bounce pass to Rob Wright Jr. on the right wing, down to an 8-second shot clock. BYU's down 8 suddenly. Rob down the lane, fade away from 10 feet. Nope. Rebound Clemson. 18-10 on the glass here in the first half. Clemson feeling it late. Boop blocks a shot out of bounds with 4:13 to play. We'll stay right here with it. That was Justin Porter running it to the rim, and Hadim ran it right out of bounds. 4:13 till the break, 30-22. Clemson 8-0 run, and BYU scoreless for 3 minutes.
Kaba, obviously Hadim a nice block there, but Kaba only 8 minutes is that. I just don't know why he doesn't play a little bit more. I know he's had the injuries and maybe some conditioning issues, but
BYU's been out for 6 days, Mark.
Yeah, and they're getting killed on the boards. Why not have him on the floor?
A lob pass to Davidson. Davidson sees a double in the paint. Sends out to an open Foster for 3. No good. Rob Wright III grabs the rebound. Ahead, turnover on the kick ahead. And Clemson will take it from back to front. BYU with its 4th turnover of the first half.
They need a bucket. It's been 3 minutes.
Butta Johnson. Pull up Jay. Got it. Right side. Well, that was smooth as Butta. 32-22. It's a 10-0 Clemson run. BYU's having another one of those first halves, folks. Great second half team. They'll need it again. Rob Wright III crosses the lane, runs it off the window. Oh, my goodness. How does that not go? In and out for Rob Wright III. He's had the worst layup luck this year.
That looked really good. I don't know how that managed to get out. And then they had a rebounder there, just couldn't get it.
It's all Clemson. 10-0 run. Nick Davidson down the lane. Spin to the rim. Up. No, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2 free throws after this. Clemson on a 10-0 run, and they can make it 12 after the break. 3:11 to play till halftime. 32-22 Clemson. BYU's scoreless drought is 4 minutes on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
You need another bathroom. You want a back patio retreat. We have a plan. If you're looking to start a home improvement project, a discounted home equity line of credit from Zions Bank is an easy, affordable way to turn your home's equity into opportunity. Stop by your local branch to get started or visit zionsbank.com/HELOC to learn more. Loan subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. See banker for details. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 467014.
Time out, Cougar fans. Are you ready to slam dunk dinner? Introducing Beehive Meals, your all-star for easy family dinners. Beehive Meals does all the prep work so you don't have to, then delivers 10 frozen meals right to your door. Just pop them in a slow cooker and you're set for a buzzer beater and flavor. Beehive Meals is the ultimate assist for busy families. Now available for shipping, so there'll be no more missed shots at dinner. Beehive Meals has got you covered. Visit beehivemeals.com and make tonight's dinner the winning play.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Jeremy Jordan and Dave McCann here on the latest BYU Sports Nation. Does the college football playoff need to be expanded? We break it down. Plus, we preview BYU Clemson in Madison Square Garden tonight with ESPN's Jay Billis and Jonathan Taverner.
On the next episode, ESPN's Sean Farnham will join the show. We'll recap the Cougars and Tigers and discuss all things BYU hoops like no one else but Sean can.
Listen on demand, Google BYU Sports Nation podcast, or tune in live at noon Eastern for BYUSN, always here on
BYU Radio.
Let's get you back to the Utah Ice Center's courtside seats and rejoin the voice of the Cougars, Greg Wrubell.
Well, with things getting away from BYU a little bit late here in the first half, we're going to call this a money moment of the game, brought to you by All Pro Capital. Put your money to work with smart real estate investments. Visit allprocapital.com for more information. All Pro Capital, creating wealth by putting our investors first. It's a money moment of the game, and the Cougs have a few moments to get back into this game before halftime. 32-22. It is Clemson leading BYU, but the Tigers will be at the free throw line to make it a 12-point lead as we come back from this break with 3:11 to play until halftime. So heading toward the break, we'll see if the Cougs can get this to single digits. Mark, we've already seen how good a second-half team BYU can be. They've overcome double-digit deficits at halftime for wins. They're a great comeback team, actually, after halftime, but there's a sluggishness right now that has turned into a 10-0 Clemson run, and BYU hasn't scored in 4 minutes.
We've seen some of these problems all year long. You mentioned the first half malaise and the offensive rebounding for Clemson. BYU struggled with that, keeping teams off the offensive boards.
It's 9-5 right now.
Yeah, and so it's it's problematic, but BYU's shown they can get back into it. But when you play with fire too much, you're going to get burned in some of these games. Free throws good.
And free throws good is something we've said a lot for Clemson here in the first half. 8 for 9 at the line. Nick Davidson's got 5 points, makes the first of 2. Davidson, the Nevada transfer from Mission Viejo, averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds a game. 2 for 2. A lot of 2 for 2s for the Tigers. 9 for 10 at the free throw line. BYU's gone to the line just 3 times, made 2 of 3. And, yep, it's a 12-point lead now, 34-22. It's a 12-0 Tiger run.
Need to get off this snide here and then just eat into this lead, maybe get it to 6, 7, 8 points.
Dibonsa drives to the mid-alley right. Angle left to Tyler Maruss. Maruss misses the 3. Wide open, and BYU's now 2 for 10 from deep. And Tyler Maruss is having a difficult time at the three-point line this year. He's opened the year 3 of 19. Every field goal he's attempted has been a three-pointer, and he's now 3 for 19. No points in 3 consecutive games coming in 2 tonight. Without Dawson Baker, without Nate Pickens, they're going to have to get bench scoring from some guard. And Kostic and Maruss are 0 for the night tonight. Timeout taken by Brownell and Clemson. A 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here with it, I do believe. 30-second break with 2:31 to play until halftime. BYU's not called a timeout. Clemson takes this 30 with 2:31 to play. Cougar basketball is brought to you in part by Fillmore Spencer, Utah's trusted top-rated local law firm. They can play offense, defense, or provide a little coaching. Fillmore Spencer, attorneys at law, solving problems and seizing opportunities for you, your family, and your business. This is the 6th of 6 consecutive neutral floor games for BYU after tonight. A 4-game homestand starts Saturday home to UC Riverside.
Yeah, BYU's got to find a way to convert on some of these threes. Clemson does a nice job with their size of taking away the easy layups. Rob Wright is having a tough time getting to the rim. AJ is having a tough time. So the shot is the three for BYU, but just not hitting it. 2 for 10. And, Clemson, they've come to play again. This is an opportunity for them. They've come with a lot of fire, and BYU just not matching that physicality, that energy so far in this one.
BYU just 2 bench points in this game. Hadim Boop on a dunk. 34-22. Clemson, we're back in. 2:30 to play until the break. 5-second shot clock. Zach Foster, high to Godfrey. Godfrey hands off to Butta. And Johnson knocks down the 3. Front rim, back rim, front rim, window and in. Hit everything. It's a 15-0 Clemson run. 37-22 Tigers running away from BYU at the break. Butta Johnson with 5 off the bench. Clemson 4 threes, BYU 2 here in the first half. BYU's been scoreless for 5 minutes. Moo, long on the 3. Rebound slapped out to Chase Thompson. Quickly are the Tigers into forecourt. BYU can't score, and Clemson out to a 15-point lead here in game number 1 of the Jimmy V Classic. R.J. Godfrey gets around Keba Keita, knocked out of his hands by Moo, but straight away to Foster. Right wing 3 again. Justin Porter and Kevin Young may call a 30 here. It's a 40-22 lead, an 18-0 run for Clemson. BYU scoreless in 5.5 minutes. Wow. Clemson on a tear. Saunders dribbles it off his leg. Bad goes to worse here late in the first half. 40-22, 125 to go till halftime. BYU's been scoreless for almost 6 minutes. And in that time, Clemson's gone on an 18-0 run.
Yeah, you just may need to take shelter and try and survive the half and live to fight another half.
1:15 to play. Slow bounce for the Tigers in forecourt. Zach Foster down the lane. Hangs, doesn't hit. Offensive rebound, another one. R.J. Godfrey. 10 offensive rebounds here in the first half. And off the offensive rebound, another 3. Justin Porter knocks it down, his third. He's got 11. My goodness. 21-point run. 43-22 is a 21-point lead. BYU's not scored in more than 6 minutes. 45 seconds to go until halftime. Rob Wright the third. 18-footer, short on it. Rebound on the floor, fight for it. Keba hands out to Richie. Richie in the left corner with a 15-second shot clock. He's going to pull it out with a 14-second shot clock and a 27-second game clock. And Kevin Young's going to call a 30-second timeout to get something good. But nothing good has happened for BYU in almost 7 minutes. The long run by any of BYU opponent all year, Mark, coming into tonight was 10 points. This is a 21-point run by Clemson. This game was 22-22, if you can believe it. It's now 43-22. BYU's been absolutely shut down. It was 22-22 with 7 minutes to go in the half. Now with 24.5 to go in the half, the Cougs have not scored a point, and the Tigers have gone on a 21-0 run. The Tigers scored 22 points in 13 minutes and have scored 21 points in slightly over half of that to end this first half, and we're not yet at the end of the half.
Yeah, it's shocking, really. I mean, 21 points against this team, you wouldn't think it would happen, but that's college basketball, and so it's going to be a real challenge. Obviously, in the second half, this team may be able to do it, but dug a pretty big hole here.
You were at the game in Boston. BYU was down 20 in that game, came back to lose by 2. This is the largest deficit the Cougs have seen all year. Richie, big 3 right side, and that's heavy. Offensive rebound to Rob Wright. Goes back up. It's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay BYU basketball. The shot clock is off, and Richie is struggling from the arc. 0 for 4. BYU is a team 2 for 12. Clemson 6 for 16 at the arc.
Well, just for morale's sake, it'd be nice to get a bucket here going into halftime.
The send out to Keba Keita, 3-point range right side. Gives back to the inbounder, A.J. DiBonsa. A.J. drives free throw line. Richie deep 3, top of the key. No, another miss. Rebound to Clemson. Justin Porter. Richie's 0 for 5 from deep. Clemson in forecourt with 2 and with 1. A 3 right before the buzzer doesn't go, and BYU goes to the locker room down 21. BYU did not score a point in the final 7 minutes of the first half. And in those 7 minutes, the Tigers go on a 21-0 run to take a 21-point lead at the break, 43-22. Toughest half of basketball for BYU this year. We'll come back and recap it on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
Finally, a flight that's actually nice. Book Breeze Airways for nonstop service from Provo to San Bernardino. Breeze makes travel easy with nonstop flights to desirable destinations and flexible, friendly change policies. Relax on board with high-speed Wi-Fi, delicious snacks, and a premium first-class seat in Breeze Ascent. Plan your trip today at flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways. Seriously nice. In partnership with San Bernardino International Airport.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
What does it mean to be a Cougar Club member? It means you're more than just a fan. You're part of the team. You're helping BYU's 502 student athletes succeed on the field, in the classroom, and in life. From scholarships to facilities to unforgettable game day moments, none of it happens without Cougar Club members like you. Stand with the Y, strengthen the tradition. Join the Cougar Club today at cougarclub.com. Cougar Club, powering purpose-driven athletics since 1964.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
This year on In Good Faith has taught me more than ever.
Steve Perry, host of In Good Faith.
Something that I've come to believe is really important. God has created so many people. The clues of who God is show up in the people he has created. And as I reach out and learn, I'm learning about them. I'm learning about me. I'm learning about who God is by collecting the clues to the puzzle that he has dispersed across the world.
Open your mind and heart with In Good Faith, wherever you get your podcasts.
The first half is complete. You're tuned to Cougar Halftime Live. Let's join your host, Jason Shepard.
It is a deficit BYU has not faced this year. Largest of the season, BYU trailing by 21 points. Clemson leading the 10th-ranked Cougars at halftime, 43-22. Coming up on Cougar Halftime Live, we'll update the one other game featuring a Big 12 team in action. That would be West Virginia. We'll let you know how things are going with them. Plus, Arizona State plays a little bit later on tonight. We'll touch on some of the top 25 action that is going on right now. Pretty light night in college basketball in general. We'll get to all the scores. First, let's get you back to the Utah Ice Center's courtside seats at Madison Square Garden for all the details of the first 20 minutes. Let's rejoin Mark Durant and the voice of the Cougars, Greg Wrubell.
Thank you, Shep. We've said a lot this season that BYU's a great second-half team. They'll have to be an outstanding second-half team tonight to get back into, if not win, this game against Clemson. 43-22, and this game was once tied at 22. From a 22-22 tie to Clemson scoring 21 straight to end the first half.
Yeah, not a lot of highlight material with that last 8 minutes for BYU. Shocking, really, to see them play that poorly. And then, conversely, Clemson was playing well, and that's not a good combination. Maybe BYU should not schedule any games in the Northeast anymore because this is not the first time in the last couple of years they've been shelled. Now, this game's not over. BYU has the horses to get back in it, but that's not a happy locker room I can imagine right now.
In the first half, BYU outscored at the three-point line by 12 points. BYU 2 for 13, Clemson 6 for 17. That's 15% for the Cougars to 35 for Clemson. BYU from the field overall, 28% to Clemson's 45%. The Cougs only took 3 free throws, made 2 of 3. Clemson took 10 free throws, made 9 of 10. The rebound number really troubling, 24-15, including a 10-8 advantage in offensive rebounds. Clemson outscored BYU in second chance points, 12-11. BYU committed 5 turnovers, Clemson just 4, and Clemson outscored BYU in points off of turnovers 11-4. BYU's leading scorer, A.J. DeBonsa, with 6. Only 2 bench points for BYU. Hadim Boop had 2. Clemson had 9 bench points. I'll double-check that. Bench scoring for Clemson, 14 bench points. 14 also matches the total by Justin Porter. Porter averaging 10.2 per game, scored 14 in the first half on 4 of 5 from the three-point line. So Porter 14, DeBonsa 6, the leading scorers for either team. 43-22 is our halftime score. BYU down 21. Can they be the comeback Cougs again? We'll find out from Madison Square Garden. For now, we go back to Provo, Utah, and BYU Radio for more of Cougar Halftime Live with your host, Jason Shepard. Shep, it is back to you.
Thank you very much. Definitely an odd game for BYU, as Greg mentioned. 43-22, your halftime score, but this game was tied at 22 all, and Clemson just kind of staying close. BYU had its largest lead of 4. But then a 21-0 run, and what's interesting about it, certainly you have to score the points, but it was rebounding and it was excellent defense by the Tigers that really allowed them to stifle BYU and then get the offense going for Clemson. And look, it's not like Clemson is a bad team. Obviously, they're 7-2, so they've got a good record coming in, and we know how good historically they are. But this is a team that started to hit a couple of shots. They were staying close with the number 10 team in the country, and then you get one shot to fall down, and then you get a little bit of a lead, and then you hit another one, and the confidence starts to grow, and then you start hitting some of these threes that, quite frankly, the shot that was on the inbound with 1 second left straight away, and you get the shot to go in. Greg had mentioned Porter with averaging 10 points per game. He's got 14 at halftime, including 4 or 5 from 3. But beyond anything that Clemson is doing from a scoring standpoint, BYU has got to find a way to limit the Tigers' ability to get rebounds, second chance opportunities, and certainly find a way to sort of break through that defensive front right now that Clemson is doing. They're switching just about every time down there, and it's really caused BYU some problems. But BYU is a second-half team. I expect them to play much better. We'll see if they're able to make a run, but certainly the first couple of minutes of the second half will be very, very important for the BYU Cougars. All right, besides BYU, West Virginia and Arizona State, the only other 2 Big 12 teams that are playing on this Tuesday evening. West Virginia hosting Little Rock with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. The Mountaineers leading big, as you would expect. 36-14, West Virginia on top. Coming up at 7 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN+, it will be Arizona State hosting Northern Arizona at Desert Financial Arena in Tempe. That's it for Big 12 basketball tonight. Top 25 action. I mentioned this in the scoreboard update after the 12-minute timeout. Number 2, Michigan hosting Villanova in Ann Arbor, and it is all Wolverines at the half. They lead 53-23, so a 30-point halftime lead. Elsewhere, number 24, Virginia leading Maryland Eastern Shore, Maryland Eastern Shore, by a score of 41-24. Number 13, Illinois, is at Ohio State. This one's early, just the opening 2.5 minutes. The Buckeyes with a 3-point advantage over the Illini at 5-2. And then the matchup featuring 2 top 25 teams will be played after our game at Madison Square Garden. That would be number 5, UConn, and number 18, Florida. UConn, in case you were wondering, favored in that game, but only by 4.5 points. So that one should be an interesting one for 2 top 20 teams battling at Madison Square Garden at the conclusion of BYU and Clemson. Your halftime score, Clemson with a 21-point lead on a 21-0 run to end the first half over the final 7 minutes. 43-22, Tigers leading the Cougars. We'll have more Cougar Halftime Live next on the new skin BYU Sports Network.
Attention BYU students, parents, and faculty. Did you know Quick Quack Car Wash is a proud sponsor of your BYU Cougars? That's right. When we're not keeping cars clean, we're painting our faces and rooting for the Cougs, just like you. Our wash packages will get you soap, shine, protected, and ready for game day. Plus, our in-wash light show, seasonal scented washes, and projector experience will keep you feeling great after a big win all week long. Stop in today to get the best clean your car can be with Quick Quack Car Wash, the official wash of BYU Athletics.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Cougar fans, are you ready? Just like the team on the court, you can make your next big play. At the BYU Salt Lake Center, flexible classes and supportive professors help you reach your goals. The clock's ticking. Take your shot at slc.byu.edu.
BYU Continuing Education, inspiring lifelong learning.
You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
Hi, I'm Sam Payne, host of The Appleseed, where great stories can bring us together. And this week on an hour of storytelling from BYU Radio, you'll hear a story about 7 kids. Now, we're talking about the GOAT kind of kids here. You probably figured that out. The story by Tim Lowry that we're sure you'll love. And the story behind the song Straighten Up and Fly Right, told for you by Bobby Norfolk. Join us right here or Google The Appleseed Podcast or download the BYU Radio app.
Are there too many books and too little time?
Now, back to Cougar Halftime Live with Jason Shepard on the new skin, BYU Sports Network.
Number 10, BYU trailing by 21 points at halftime at Madison Square Garden. The Cougars and the Tigers, part of the Jimmy V Classic in New York City. 43-22 is the halftime score in favor of the 7-2 Clemson Tigers. Again, leading the way for BYU at the half. A.J. DeBonsa, 6 points on 2 of 6 shooting. He's also 1 for 1 from beyond the three-point line, has 2 rebounds and an assist. But then 5 points for Rob Wright. Richie Saunders with 5 points. Richie 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. BYU's gotten some good looks, just not hitting anything right now. We'll see if that can change when the second half begins. BYU right now shooting 28% from the field and 15% from three, just 2 of 13. It's been fun to be able to see some of the social media posts, and you probably saw if you were syncing up the radio broadcast with the ESPN broadcast. Yegor Dioman, former BYU Cougar, now a member of the Brooklyn Nets, in attendance at the game, sporting his BYU Letterman's jacket. It's cool to see him still supporting BYU as closely as he does. Nice to see him sitting there with President Reese and Vice President Keith Vorkink there courtside next to the BYU bench. The reason he's available to be there tonight is because the Brooklyn Nets do not play. In fact, only two other games in the NBA tonight. The Knicks, obviously, not playing at Madison Square Garden, but they are in Toronto. They will take on the Raptors tonight, coming up at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. The game going on in the NBA right now is in Orlando. The Heat at the Magic, and it's a tight one with 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Magic by 2 at 66-64. Want to remind you that the next basketball game we'll have for you here on the new skin BYU Sports Network will be BYU women's basketball. And through the first 10 games, BYU 9-1, coming off a dominating performance in the Pacific Northwest on Saturday night, defeating the Portland Pilots by 30-plus points. Again, 9-1 on the season. They will host Idaho State coming up Thursday night, 7 o'clock at the Marriott Center. I will have the call for you at 7 o'clock p.m. on the new skin BYU Sports Network. All right, second half action coming your way next. Clemson up 21 points via a 21-0 run over the final 7 minutes. Can BYU get back into this game and pull out quite the comeback? We shall see. It's coming your way next on the new skin BYU Sports Network.
Are there too many books and too little time? Well, we think you should be able to read every good book. That's why Desert Bookshelf Plus gives you unlimited access to Desert Books' entire digital audiobook library. This means you can listen to The Second Coming of the Lord while you cook, a thrilling mystery while you exercise, and all the historical fiction you want while you drive. Sign up for Bookshelf Plus today at bookshelfplus.com.
Hey there. You are listening to BYU Basketball on BYU Radio.
On the court, fouls are part of the game, but on your TV, not so much. You don't have to take a timeout from your values to enjoy your favorite shows. That's where VidAngel comes in. VidAngel lets you filter offensive content from movies and shows on Netflix, Prime Video, Paramount Plus, and more, so you can watch more of what you...
We've seen him erase before. We don't need to see it happen here tonight, though.
That was the longest run for Clemson since a 23-0 run against Alabama A&M on November 21st, 2019, so 6 years. But to follow up what you said, BYU has been a second-half team. Now, they have not faced a deficit like this, but they were down 6 to Baylor, came back to win. They were down 3 to Miami of Florida, came back to win. They were down 11 to UConn and came back to lose by 2. Still going to have to play, still have to keep scoring and keep defending. The defense in the first half was unbelievable. The strangest stat, though, off of this stat sheet, the worst plus-minus for Clemson in the first half was Dylan Hunter. He was +2. Clemson was +2 when he was in the game. When Justin Porter was in the game, Clemson was +21. And, of course, many of that thanks to his 4-for-5 3-point shooting in the first half. Zach Foster was +19. Efren Johnson was +17. R.J. Godfrey +14. And Chase Thompson +13. So you can see the bench had a huge impact in the first half.
No doubt. Hey, fans, remember, next time you come to Clemson for a game, stay at the James F. Martin Inn, adjacent to the Madron Conference Center, featuring a pool and cabana overlooking Lake Hartwell and close to all the Tiger sports facilities. You can check it out at www.stayatclemson.com. So it'll be Welling, Wallin, Davison, Hunter, and Porter, the starting 5 for Clemson. Saunders along with Cada, DeBonsa, Davis, and Wright on the floor for BYU. So the same starting 5s for both clubs. And you get a sense that the first 4 minutes, or at least until we get to the first timeout, is going to be critical in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to get them starting to chip away, as I said in the Alabama game, for opposite reasons. You want to chip away a point per minute.
Right.
So, in other words, by the 16-minute timeout, BYU's goal is to cut it to 16. By the 12-minute timeout, cut it to 12.
He'll hand the ball off to Davis. He'll inbound it into the hands of Wright. Wright will work it in the forecourt against Porter. And it's a steal right away as they turn it over. Wallin, right side, drives all the way to the hoop and is fouled on his way to the hoop by Wright. Well, that was just a giveaway. I mean, that wasn't like a brilliant defensive play. It was just on a pass. And Wallin just read it, took it away. So the second foul on Wright, the team's first against BYU. And we're only 10 seconds in. And here's Wallin at the line to shoot 2 and leaves the first one short.
Because we're 9 of 10 from the line in the first half. Chance to double them up.
Second free throw, got it. So it's 44-22.
We're just 10 seconds into the second half. Here's Wright into the forecourt against Porter. Feeds it off out front to Cada. Cada hands it off Saunders. Saunders turns the right side, stops at the high post, goes out front to Bonza. Looks left side, ball fake.
How'd he travel?
Yes, he did and got away with it. Bounce pass inside, still in the way. Welling gives it to Porter, who then gives it off to Dylan Hunter. Dylan into the forecourt. Comes left side on the dribble. Now comes back out front. Feeds it to Wallin. Wallin to Davison. Bounce pass inside Welling. Double team. Wallin off of the right wing for three. No. Welling with the rebound, though. Welling controls a double team. The ball knocked away and out of bounds. And it belonged to Clemson on the right sideline with 15 in the shot clock, 19:06 game clock.
The good thing about this lead is Clemson's really not hot from the offensive standpoint. We had that obvious run of threes, but only shooting 33% on threes and 44% from the field.
Dylan Hunter feeds it off the Porter right side to Welling. Welling going to turn it right side. Drive, storm the hole. No. Rebounded inside Davison. Ball knocked loose. Away with it comes Wallin. Gets it in the hands of Davison. Left side. Back over to Wallin. Left corner three is off. No good. Davison battles for the board. He and Saunders, and it goes off of Davison out of bounds. Well, there was an opportunity there for a couple of times for Clemson to make a shot and increase this lead even more. They're still up 22 at 44-22 with 18:46 to go, second half. Wright will bring it into the forecourt against Porter. Wright controls out front on the dribble. Trying to bring it left side. Drive, stops in the paint, shoots from 10. Got it. That breaks the long scoring drought for BYU. 44-24. 18:25 to go. Here's second half. Hunter feeds it to Davison. Davison right side drives, dumps it to Porter. Right side three. That's off no good. Welling tips it out of bounds. Oh, they pointed towards Clemson, but no, it's going to be BYU's ball as they change it. So the ball will come to the sideline and belong there here at the 18-13 mark, and Clemson up 20 at 44-24. Wright gets the inbounds pass from Davis and will work it up floor against Porter. Into the forecourt he comes, right side. Keeps the dribble alive, however. And on the left-hand dribble comes left side. DeBonza right back into the hands of Wright. Feeds it off Davis, right wing. Davis with Davison on him to DeBonza out front. Drives it left side, spins in the paint, comes right side and picks up a foul against Wallin. For Jake, that's just his first, the team's first of the half. And DeBonza will go to the line and shoot a pair. So DeBonza had 6 points first half. He went 2 of 6 from the field, was 1 of 2 at the charity stripe, had a couple of rebounds and an assist.
Averages 19.4 a game.
First free throw on the way, got it. 44-25, 17:50 to go here, second half. DeBonza with an opportunity to cut the lead down to 18, and the free throw is good. Rolled around and fell. 44-26. A little full court pressure here by BYU. Wallin in the backcourt feeds it off to Hunter, and Hunter into the forecourt. Feeds it off Wallin left wing. They go to Davison, low left block. Back outside Wallin into the hands of Hunter. Hunter comes left side of the dribble. Out front, though, finds Davison. They find Welling down low right side. He floats it up, no. Welling battling for the rebound in a hell ball situation, and possession will stay with Clemson. But Clemson's missing some bunnies inside, some short shots inside.
0 for 5 the second half.
You need to see one go down.
You need to see one go down is right, or else we're going to see the bench come in, which had a terrific first half.
Hunter to trigger the inbounds pass. Finds Welling left side, ball fake. Takes it up, had it stripped away. No whistle, no call. Picked up by DeBonza. DeBonza in the hands of Davis in the forecourt left side. Going to hand it off Saunders. Saunders back out front to DeBonza. Going to drive it right side. Taking the paint ball knocked loose. DeBonza picks it back up. Gives it to Davis left side three. That's no good. Ball tipped up. Saunders no. DeBonza comes away with it left side. Outside to right. Three ball launched and hit. So with 17 minutes to go in the contest, it's 44-29. So they've cut what was a 22-point lead down to 15.
They're ahead of schedule.
Yep. Porter in the forecourt right side. Going to penetrate left side and then dump it off on the wing to Hunter. Back out front, Welling. To Wallin right side. Wallin back in the hands of Welling. Thought about firing the three. DeBonza got away with a foul on Welling as he pressures Welling. Now they give it off Porter. Long three is no good. Rebounded by Davis. And Clemson has opened up 0 for 6 here second half. Here's DeBonza left side driving. Picks up the foul. Throws it up. It goes in. And one. 44-29. No, excuse me, 44-31. After the basket.
Just what you didn't want to see was this run coming out of the locker room.
Godfrey comes in the game. Johnson comes into the game for Clemson. And DeBonza at the line looking to convert the three-point play the Naismith way here at the 16:23 mark.
Yeah, Butter Johnson back in. He did by far the best job on DeBonza.
Free throw is good by DeBonza. So he now has 11 in the game, already 5 here second half. And we're not even 4 minutes deep. 16:23 to go second half.
10-1 run for BYU to open the second half. This is what you didn't want to see.
Johnson will bring it into the forecourt right side. Davis will pick him up. They'll give it off to Hunter. Hunter directs traffic out front. Goes to Davison. Davison handed off the Porter. Ball knocked loose. Porter loose with it on the ground. Ball is going to be held up. Possession will give it to BYU with 16:05 to go. And right now, little things that went Clemson's way first half going against them here second half. They're 0 for 7 from the field, already 0 for 4 outside the arc. BYU has opened up 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from outside the arc, and 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Right into the forecourt. Brings it right side, going to take an open three. That's going to be off, no good. DeBonza the strong rebound. Gives it back to right, he'll fire another three. That's off the back of the rim, no. Long rebound to Porter. Porter races with it into the forecourt. He'll be double teamed and then is going to be pushed. And either Saunders or Wright got him. They're going to call it on Saunders. So Richie Saunders will pick up his first, the team's second. And thank goodness that gets us to an official timeout. Clemson needs some time on the bench with their coach right now. But they're leading it still 44-32. Rooted in excellence, that's Snyder Tree Care, proud partner of the Clemson Tigers, over 26 years serving the upstate of South Carolina, the Charlotte area of North Carolina. They're your local experts in pruning, removals, and comprehensive health care for your trees and shrubs. Dial 833-4MY-TREE now and let's nurture nature together. Back to Madison Square Garden after this on the Clemson Athletic Network.
Hey, Tiger fans. When you're here in Tiger Country, you're in Hardee's Country, where goodness is served every day, on those perfect Clemson game days and all the rest in between. So any day you're craving a fan favorite like juicy, crispy, hand-breaded chicken Tigers tenders, any night you're game for a charbroiled 100% Angus beef cheeseburger classic, you already know the play. Hardee's, goodness in the making and proud partner of Clemson Athletics. Exciting news, Tiger fans. Novant Health is a proud supporter of Clemson basketball. While the Tigers are committed to excellence on the court, Novant Health is committed to excellence in healthcare. Whether you need a checkup, sick care, or referral to a specialist, we've got you covered with 24/7 access, flexible appointments, and an expert team. With the best doctors, amazing nurses, and remarkable care, Novant Health is a slam dunk. Learn more about Novant Health's growing care across the Carolinas at novanthealth.org. Go Tigers!
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hey fans, it's Coach Brownell. I'm proud to have Prisma Health doctors on our sidelines every day caring for our players. To learn why Clemson chose Prisma Health and how you can get that same elite level care, visit prismahealth.org/Tigers.
Thank you, Coach. Back Here's second half action from Madison Square Garden. What was a 21-point lead for Clemson has been now whittled down to 12, 44-32 with 15:46 to go here in this second half.
We talked about what can happen, and what's, BYU had, it's not like BYU just had a run of threes like Alabama had against us. They just made 1 3 so far in the second half in 4 attempts, but Tigers have missed every field goal attempt, 0 for 7. Got to hit some shots. Clemson down to just 37% for the game, just 6 of 21 on threes, but we got some subs in who were outstanding in the first half. Let's see what happens.
Atlantic Building Solutions provides premium facility services and commercial cleaning for some of the most comprehensive businesses across the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast. Visit AtlanticBuildingSolutions.com or call them today to learn more and get started. Atlantic Building Solutions, premium commercial and industrial cleaning solutions. So it's Godfrey, Davison, Hunter, Johnson, and Foster on the floor for Clemson. 15:46 to go, second half, 44-32, a 12-point lead. There's the ball knocked loose. Johnson picks it up, and he saves it back in the forecourt to Godfrey. Now here's Foster with it on the right wing.
Go into Godfrey.
Foster back out front. Johnson brings it left side, takes the 3 off the wing. That's in and out, no good. And rebounded by Wright. Wright will push it in the forecourt at the 15:25 mark. Give it off to Bonza. They clear out the right side for him as he works against Johnson. They bang bodies. He takes in the paint, fades and fires from 12 and hits.
Tigers are in big trouble.
44-34 with 15:13 to go. Hunter into the forecourt. Leaves it to Godfrey. They swing it to Johnson left side. Johnson penetrates the paint, dumps it low. Godfrey, nice little fake, flips it up and got it and got fouled. Well, there's your first basket for Clemson, and it comes 5:01 into the second half at the 14:59 mark. 46-34, the basket by Godfrey, and he'll go to the line looking for the three-point play the Naismith way.
Hopefully we'll put a star on that at the end of a victory.
Fouls on Boop, his second, team's third. Godfrey looking to convert the three-point play. RJ with 10 points now. They go along with 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Free throw for RJ, good. So 47-34, the Clemson lead 13. 14:55 and counting as Wright comes in the forecourt. Foster on it. Brings it right side. Davison switches off on the guard now. They feed it out front, swing it over to Saunders left side. Penetrates, gets double teamed, flips it back outside Davis into the hands of Wright. Wright crossover dribble, spins in the paint. Ball fake, step through jumper from the 8. No. Ball tipped around. DeBonza comes away with it right side. DeBonza, ball fake, has had it blocked from behind. Comes down with it though. Feeds it out front. Davis, little ball fake. He'll take it into the paint. Give it right back to DeBonza. DeBonza spins left side, floats it up. No, but got fouled. I think they get Godfrey, and they do. Godfrey's second, the team's second. And right now, I would say that it's BYU. It's DeBonza on the offensive glass.
Yep. Clemson had a 28-16 lead in rebounding. Now it's 28-25. They've got 9 rebounds in a row.
2 free throws here for DeBonza at the 14:22 mark. First is good. 6 first half points. He's already got 6 here second half. Actually,
he got 8
second half. 14 points to lead the way for BYU. Chase Thompson comes into the lineup as Davison goes out for Clemson. DeBonza's second free throw is good. So 47-36 with 14:22 to go. And 2-2-1 zone pressure here. As Clemson will break it. Hunter comes into the forecourt. Feeds it to Foster out front right side. Foster on the left hand. Comes left side. Penetrates the paint. Looking underneath one at Johnson and threw it through his hands out of bounds. Brad Brownell, all he can do is cross his arms and walk the sideline right now. Saunders will check out. Kostic will get back in for BYU. We saw him first half. Inbounds pass will come to Robert Wright the third, and he'll work it up floor against Foster. Into the forecourt he comes with 14 minutes to go. 47-36 Clemson. DeBonza left side controls, works against Thompson. Drives it. Freshman floats it up in the paint. No. Rebounded Johnson. Johnson into the forecourt. Right side for Clemson. Out front looks and finds Godfrey. Right back to Johnson. Johnson drives it left side. Ball fake. Got a man in the air. Flipped it up. No. Too strong and rebounded by BYU as Boop came away with it. Here's Wright. Penetrating to DeBonza. Trail three is off. No good. Rebounded by Zach Foster for Clemson. And Zach will slow it down here at the 13:25 mark as he comes into the forecourt. Gives it off to Thompson. Thompson, the bounce pass will give it to Godfrey, and a reach over foul will go on Boop. That'll be his third and the team's fourth. So at the 13-16 mark, let's pause 10 seconds for identification on the Clemson Athletic Network. So wholesale substitutions for both clubs. Actually, I guess just one for Clemson as Porter comes in. Hunter goes out, but 3 or 4 new bodies in for BYU. Here's Foster getting the inbounds pass, controlling out front. 16 on the shot clock. Foster against Davis. Gives it off to Thompson outside the arc. Left side. Now to Godfrey straight away. He'll face up. Hand it off. Johnson. Johnson turns right side. Drives. Had the shot blocked.
And it's off of Johnson.
Off by Caden. It did go off of Johnson.
Tigers are now 1 for 11 in the second half.
Cada said, don't bring that weak stuff in here. He's blocked it away.
He's a top shot blocker, top defensive player in general.
He had 16 blocks coming in. Here's Wright into the forecourt at the 12:53 mark. Gives it off. Cada out front. Cada looking to hand it off Saunders. Saunders gets it. Comes right side with it. Feeds it off Davis. Ball fake. Driving right side. Gets low. Trying to feed it outside. And Porter and Wright battle for it. And it goes off the hands of Wright out of bounds.
Good job of Porter. That deflection caused it to go off of him. All right, the Tigers have gotten a couple of stops. They need to respond and make a basket.
Yep.
It's 1 for 11 in the second half.
Foster gets the inbounds fast from Thompson and will bring it into the forecourt. They're going to try to double team the freshman. Nope, they give it to Godfrey, to Porter. Back out front, Foster. 12:28 clock. Oh, and a bad pass. Godfrey was looking the other way. Stolen by Cada. He'll drive and dunk it home two-handed. What was a double-digit lead has been cut to single digits. 47-38 with 12:17 to go. Porter feeds it off Foster. In the forecourt left side, Johnson. Down low, they get it to Godfrey left side. Back out front to Johnson. Into the hands of Foster. And you can hear the BYU chant start here in Madison Square Garden. Foster, right side, looking to drive, lost the dribble. It's loose on the floor. They battle for it. Saunders comes away with it for BYU into the hands of Wright. Wright brings it into the forecourt, right side. Controls it on the dribble. Looks to attack baseline, goes baseline, ball fake. Johnson, good defense, trying to give it to Davis on the cut. And that ball is going to be touched last out of bounds, they'll say, by Clemson. And we'll come to an official timeout with 11:40 to go here in this second half. So Clemson led at 43-22 at half, but it's now 47-38 in favor of Clemson with 11:40 to go. Don't forget, fans, open enrollment for ACA health insurance is happening now. Be sure to stop by the South Carolina Blues Center at Magnolia Park on December 13th to visit with your favorite Clemson student athletes and enter for a chance to win 4 tickets to the Clemson South Carolina basketball game on December 16th in Little John. Stop by the store from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. located at 1025 Woodruff Road. Back to Madison Square Garden after this on the Clemson Athletic Network.
Tiger fans expect excellence on the court, in the classroom, and in the community. Isn't it time that you got the same excellence from your financial institution? No one delivers on financial excellence like Founders Federal Credit Union. Their team of financial experts put in the extra effort for their members and the communities they serve. When you're looking to elevate your financial game, go see how the Founders team can help you pursue success. Visit an office near you or foundersfcu.com to apply for membership today. Federally insured by NCAA. Membership qualification required.
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get $1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through January 5th, 2026. Offer entitles $1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
In South Carolina, purpose powers progress. From the campus of Clemson to the job sites that shape our state, Blanchard Machinery is there, providing the tools, support, and service to keep projects moving forward. Whether it's your first rental or your biggest job yet, trust the team that's homegrown, reliable, and built to back you. Blanchard Machinery, powered by purpose. Visit BlanchardMachinery.com/Clemson Rent or call 1-833-4EASY-RENT today.
Tiger fans, today's game, all Tiger basketball road trips fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. Don Munson, Tim Beret along with you. 11:40 to go here, second half. Clemson still out in front by 9, but they led by 21 at halftime, 43-22, and actually we're up 22, 44-22.
It's a 16-4 run for BYU to open the second half, so the Tigers have only scored 4 points in 8 minutes. After scoring 43 in the first 20. And BYU hasn't done it by just shooting the lights out. They're only 5 of 13 in the second half, 1 of 5 on threes, but Clemson's 1 for 11 in the second half, and the rebounding is totally switched. BYU is leading the rebounding in the second half, 12-6. Leading scorers for Clemson in the game, Porter has 14 all in the first half. Godfrey has 11. 7 for Welling and 6 for Davidson. BYU led by DeSanta with 15, and Wright has 10.
Don't forget, fans, you can support your Clemson student athletes by joining IPTAY today. Donation levels start as low as $75. Membership comes with a host of great benefits. You can join online now at ClemsonTigers.com/IPTAY to learn how you can become a part of the power behind the ball. Must be something wrong with the rim at the basket that Clemson is shooting at, because they're bringing out the techs to come and take a look at the rim. They brought out a level. See if they can get things corrected here. Yeah, after the dunk by Keita, maybe have gotten put the level on the backboard.
Actually, this is a good thing for Clemson.
Yeah, a little extra time.
A little extra time can kind of cut down the momentum.
Quick work. Roger Ayers, I don't think Roger Ayers is satisfied. He's one of the 3 officials that's sitting there talking with the maintenance crew here at Madison Square Garden that came out on the floor. He's looking at, he still feels like it's a skew. Yeah, they're going to set the ladder back up. I don't know that I've ever described the measuring of a rim before.
Not in this way.
No.
There's a famous incident at Clemson in the 1970s where before the game started, Lefty Driesell claimed the rim was not the right height at Little John Coliseum. And they had to go out there and measure it, and I guess
they usually have a 10-foot
prove
stick
it to him. Yeah, right. We always thought that was kind of just a ploy by Lefty to mess with everybody's head.
Lefty would not do that.
Yes, he would. There's somebody on a cell phone down underneath the basket.
Well, the maintenance crew now has run out the tunnel. Now, obviously, this is Madison Square Garden. They have other, rims and stuff
right
that they can use. But man, if you had to try to move a new whole basketball support back into this thing, that would take you a while. Because you got shot clocks and cameras and all kinds of stuff hanging on these things.
Yeah, there's a camera on the top of this thing.
Yeah. But like you said, hopefully this is maybe a...
Right now, everybody's just standing around looking at this ladder underneath the basket.
Yeah,
but,
Kip Kissinger is over there at the scores table, and he's signaling like, hey, it's leaning to the left. I feel like that the backboard is leaning left. Of course, you didn't have to worry about dunks back when you and I were growing up as a kid in the college game because they weren't legal until 76. Is that right?
There was no dunking between the 66-67 and 76-77.
Yeah.
You could dunk my senior year of college, which was 76-77.
Yeah.
But you couldn't dunk in 75-76. Here comes
then they're bringing
ladder.
in a bigger ladder.
A bigger ladder, that's right.
They do the circus in here, by the way. This is like I'm not saying this is a clown show, but, there's some aspects of all we need now is the Ringling Brothers clowns, and we'd be in.
Now here's somebody running on the court with something. Looks like a briefcase.
Almost like a briefcase. Yeah, this is like a scene out of Blues Brothers where, they open them and the harmonica comes out. Now, I think they're going to adjust something on the top of the rim that they can adjust to try to straighten things up. But they put the level on it. The level showed that it was.
Well, I don't know what the level showed.
Dandy.
Maybe the level showed that it wasn't.
Yeah. Guy's got a wrench in his left hand as he climbs up. What is a 12-foot ladder? It's an orange ladder with steel seats.
Yeah.
It's a metal chair. I went right through the seat of the metal chair.
That's a good sign.
So I wonder if television is going to take their, there's another timeout that they take.
Yeah, I don't know.
A fifth
You'd
timeout.
think they would.
See, I'm watching television, and there's trying to get to an adjustment area of the basketball support. It looks like is what they're trying to do. Well, we can tell you that elsewhere in college basketball right now, number 2 Michigan is out in front of Villanova, 78-47. They outscored Villanova 53-23 first half. They were up 30 at half.
Michigan has been killing people.
Yeah, that's with 5:32 left in that game.
They beat Gonzaga by 40, who beat Kentucky by 35.
Ohio State trailing number 13 Illinois in Columbus, Ohio, 39-34. That's with 2:27 left first half of play. Virginia, number 24 in the land, with 14:15 to go, is at home against Maryland Eastern Shore and leading that one 55-38. Florida and UConn to follow this one here in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, they're actually Ben Milstead, our producer and engineer, who brought his binoculars with him to Madison Square Garden. Why? Because he's a wise guy. He says they're actually loosening bolts on the rim. And now the guy gets on top of the basketball, puts the level on top of the basketball, and is kind of trying to lean on it to bring it, to move it back to the right-hand side. By the way, the guy that's in the gray suit that's standing off of the outside the paint to the left side of the lane.
Yeah.
I bet you that's the general manager of this entire place, and he's like, come on, you got to be kidding me.
He's in charge, yes.
Yeah, you got
He's the guy who was on the phone, so.
Now he's going to come out.
Now he's going to come out, and I think he's going to tell the officials that it's level.
Yeah.
I think he's going to tell them.
Well, he's talking
level.
to, but Roger Ayers still is not out. Now here comes Roger. He was the one that, after they leveled it the first time, said no. It's still out of kilter. Now that
we must point out, this is the basket that BYU is shooting at.
Yeah, that they dunked on, and that's what caused it. The dunk by Cato. So Clemson this half just 1 of 11 from the field. BYU hasn't shot sizzling. They're just 5 of 13. 1 of 5 outside the arc. Clemson 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. So Clemson scored a grand total of 4 points here this second half. Been outscored 16-4. So it looks like again he's working on how the rim, the whole basket is attached to the basketball support, the glass backboard.
He's getting down off the ladder.
Let's hope that's good news.
I guess they call that instrument a level.
Yeah, he's got the level in his hand.
Level in his hand.
Well, now they're going to take.
Now he's going back up.
Got a piece of You got to put the pad back on the underside of the basketball support in case anybody gets underneath here and gets their head up, bangs their head on the underneath of the support. Man, can you remember, Tim, you play in the old gyms where the backboards were just attached to the wall?
Yeah. That's way back. That's when high school gyms we were growing up, yeah.
Wooden backboards that were attached to the wall.
Now the question is, are they going to let the team... Has this been long enough so they're going to let the teams warm up? I didn't write down how long this delay has been.
It's been a while.
But it's been a while.
Well, let's see if they got everything situated to everybody's agreement. And they're going to bring basketballs back out.
Yeah.
They may let the teams warm up a little bit.
Let the teams warm up.
Yeah, so they bring a rack of balls out.
Yeah, he did hang on the rim.
Yep.
As they replay it.
So the Madison Square Garden ball boys give basketball. They're going to let them warm up for a little bit before they start again.
The other thing I'll point out that's doing this 3-minute warm-up, but this is going to allow more UConn fans to get in the arena. By the time we finish this game, there's going to be a sellout crowd in here.
Oh, yeah, there's almost double the crowd from when we tipped off.
Yeah, I mean, they always say that when the Big East tournament is here, UConn fans could sell this place out by themselves.
Yep. Well, the train ride, it's not that far.
No, it's not that far. I've done it.
Is it about an hour? Is that about right?
No, there's a lot of stops. So really, it's about a 2-hour train ride and a 2-hour drive from West Hartford, Connecticut. I can tell you that.
Why anybody would want to drive into New York City is beyond me. If I could take the train,
to be very patient.
If I could take the train, I'm taking the train.
I have to be very patient.
So hopefully the warm-ups is good. That
I don't think we've
see some shots go through the hoop.
I don't think we've pointed out tonight that the Tigers are wearing a number 41 patch on their uniform jerseys.
Yeah, to honor Eldon.
To honor Eldon Campbell, who passed away last week. And Clemson great Sharon Wright had open heart surgery today. So we thoughts and prayers for him down at Emory.
In Atlanta?
Yes, in Atlanta.
And we should be close to being finished with warm-up. Brad Brownell's got young Zach Foster over to the side, talking things over with the young freshman. So Clemson's in the kind of the warm-up layup line as they go through things, whereas BYU's just shooting as a team. They're letting the guys that play the most get up the most shots. Clemson will be back in action Saturday afternoon Little John Coliseum. 3 o'clock game, Mercer in town. And then on the 16th, Tuesday the 16th, South Carolina in Little John for a 7 o'clock tip. They blow the horn. And we'll get back to action. Where it should be Clemson basketball. As remember, we were coming out of an official timeout when all of this kind of got going.
So we'll see what happens. Sometimes after delays, the momentum
BYU
changes.
basketball. I think BYU basketball. DeBonza will trigger the inbounds pass off the left baseline. And they'll throw it inbound to Saunders. Catch and fire 3. It's short, no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. And are they going to change it? Oh, they're going to change it. DeBonza argued to Roger Ayers, and they changed it. He got to change it. He first pointed Clemson, and then DeBonza argued hard, and it did. It went off the hand of Godfrey. So DeBonza will inbound now off the right baseline. Does so out front in the hands of Keita. Right back to DeBonza.
Out of Johnson on him. He did the best job in the first half on him.
DeBonza spins right side. Old ball fake, fadeaway jumper from 6. That's too easy. 47-40. DeBonza with 17-11 here second half. 11:15 to go and a 7-point lead for Clemson. Porter comes right side, right on him. Back out front, Hunter. Dillon looking inside, nothing available. Comes back outside to Porter, 10 in the shot clock. Right on Porter in the man-to-man. Bounce pass right high post, Godfrey. Godfrey gives it to Johnson. Johnson penetrates, goes right side. Davison's jumper for 3 at the buzzer, no good. Porter away with the rebound, sticks it back up, no. Ball tipped again, no. And then tipped out to Dylan Hunter. To Butta Johnson. Clemson cannot get a shot to fall.
1 for 14, second half.
Hunter out front finds Godfrey. Godfrey, pressure by Keita, gives it off to Hunter. Hunter going to penetrate left side, floated to Davison along the baseline. He'll penetrate, floaters over everything, an air ball, and rebounded by Saunders. 10:20 to go, and it's 47-40.
Clemson's gone from its best half of the year to its worst.
Absolutely. Right out front controls. He'll work against Davison. Take him left side. Get low. Feed it back outside into the hands of Davis. Davis trying to penetrate right side. No. Gives it to DeBonza. DeBonza will work against Dylan Hunter. 5 on the shot clock. 4. DeBonza spins. Fires from 12 and hits. 47-42. DeBonza's carrying this team right now. 19 points in the game, 13 second half. 9:45 to go. Dylan Hunter controls in the forecourt.
Clemson has 4 points in 10 minutes.
Yep. Hunter left side, feeds it to Davison right side. Back out front, Porter. 10 on the shot clock. Porter into the hands of Johnson. Over to Dylan Hunter, left wing with 6 in the shot clock. To Godfrey. Godfrey penetrating against Keita. Inside he goes, floats it up left-handed, no. And then the ball is going to be off of BYU out of bounds as 2 players went for it. And again, another short shot inside just won't fall for Clemson.
1 for 16. This is unbelievable.
Welling coming in. Here comes Wallin in as Godfrey will go out. Davison will go out. Hunter to trigger the inbounds pass off the right baseline. Floats it out front to Johnson. He finds Porter left side. Back over to Hunter left side. In the corner, he'll dribble it out to the wing. Dumping low, looking for Welling. Threw it away. Keita with a steal. Here's Saunders in the forecourt. Saunders going to dribble, attack right baseline, get low, get pinned down there, give it to DeBonza. DeBonza penetrates, ball fake. Floats it out to Davis left wing. Back out front right. 15 on the shot clock. Right. Controls it left side. Gives it off to DeBonza. 7 on the shot clock. 1-on-1 against Wallin. DeBonza floats it over to Saunders right side. Fires it as a shot clock expires. No.
That shouldn't have counted. It should have. Yeah.
In the forecourt, Butta Johnson feeds it to Wallin. Wallin down low looking for Welling. Ball knocked away, and it's going to be off of Davis of BYU out of bounds. With 8:26 to go. So Porter will trigger the inbounds pass. 20 on the shot clock. 8:26 game clock. 47-42. Lead now 5 for Clemson. Johnson controls it. Feeds it to Hunter between the circles. Hunter back out front. Johnson floats it off Porter. 10 on the shot clock. Porter with Davis on him. Step back three for Porter. Got it. Rattled it home at the 8:07 mark.
Just the second field goal of the second half for Clemson.
50-42, 17 now for Porter. Here's DeBonza, right side driving, scoring.
Can't stop him. We have nobody who can stop him.
And he's going to go to the line for the three-point play. The foul was called on Porter. His first. And that'll be the 14th foul against Clemson. And also will lead us to an official timeout with 7:57 to go. 50-44. Clemson leads it by 6 here in Madison Square Garden. While the Tigers are committed to excellence on the court, Novant Health is committed to excellence in healthcare with the best doctors, amazing nurses, and remarkable care. Novant Health is a slam dunk. Back to Madison Square Garden after this on the Clemson Athletic Network.
Did you know that over 335,000 South Carolinians are living in recovery from a substance use disorder? It's important for everyone to understand that an SUD is a treatable disease, not a moral failing. People in recovery can and do go on to lead healthy lives, and your support is essential. To find resources and learn about groups like Clemson All in Recovery, visit EmbraceRecoverySC.com. In South Carolina, purpose powers progress. From the campus of Clemson to the job sites that shape our state, Blanchard Machinery is there, providing the tools, support, and service to keep projects moving forward. Whether it's your first rental or your biggest job yet, trust the team that's homegrown, reliable, and built to back you. Blanchard Machinery, powered by purpose. Visit BlanchardMachinery.com/Clemson Rent or call 1-833-4EASY-RENT today.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, 7:57 left in this contest. Clemson leads BYU by 6, 50-44. BYU will be shooting a free throw and play will come back in. And don't forget, fans, that did you know that there are amazing teens and siblings in South Carolina who need a forever home? Learn more about public adoption through the South Carolina Department of Social Services at dss.sc.gov. So Clemson led at half, 43-22. Actually had a 44-22 lead early on in the first 30 seconds of the second half. But since then, it's been all BYU as they've outscored Clemson 22-7 here in this second half. Clemson still holding on to a 6-point lead, and DeBonza has just been unbelievable second half after scoring 6 first-half points. Already 15 here second half. 7 of 14 shooting. He's 6 of 7 at the charity stripe. 7 boards, 2 assists. Porter, the leading scorer for Clemson, with 17, 14 of which came first half. 5 of 11 shooting, 5 of 8 outside the arc, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. He's got 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Godfrey off the bench with 11 points and 5 boards for Clemson. So here's DeBonza. Shooting 1. And hits.
Tigers finally hit a shot, kind of making up 3 and
full court pressure. Here's Butta Johnson, the forecourt. Wallin left side against Cada. Gets double teamed now. Welling trying to spin inside, go up strong and draw a foul. Either Wright or Cada got him, one of the two, and it's going to be Wright, his third. And the team's 5th. So Welling will go to the line and shoot a pair. 7:47 left, 50-45. Welling with 7 points, 5 boards. First free throw good. Welling had all 7 points first half. That's his first point of the second half. Now has 8. 51-45, the lead back to a half dozen. Second free throw, got that one as well. 52-45. Saunders will inbound it to right, picked up by Porter. Right into the forecourt. Brings it right side on the dribble. Keeps that dribble alive, however. On the left-handed dribble, attacks the paint. Left side, floats it off the glass and good. And Porter comes up holding on to his neck, saying that he took an elbow. To the neck. That gets the attentions of the officials. Don't think they'll look at it. We will look at it on the replay. Yeah, you can see as he was driving, he threw an elbow, and it hit him in the neck. And Brad Brownell wants him to take a look at it. So they will here at the 7:26 mark. But as he was going down the lane is where he threw the elbow. You would think that the folks at ESPN would show us a replay, but apparently they're not. Oh, now we will. Right there.
There, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He threw the elbow to clear him.
Actually threw it twice.
Yeah, he threw it to clear him off the body. Right there.
Yeah.
And that's not a basketball play.
The referees still haven't gone to the monitor yet.
After review, the ruling on the floor of a no call is correct. It'll be Clemson's ball on the baseline with 30 on the shot clock.
So no, they don't say anything was there. I give up on these things anymore.
Yeah, that and targeting. Still 7:26 to go, out of time.
52-47, Clemson basketball. So Wallin will trigger the inbounds pass against the full court pressures. Foster's coming in the game for Porter. Foster in the forecourt to Johnson. Double teams. He feeds it off to Wallin on the left wing. Wallin back out front to Foster. Foster comes left side, keeps the dribble alive, now goes back right off the screen of Welling. Keeps the dribble alive, however. Comes back left side. Gives it off. Porter is in the game. I thought they had taken him out. Here's Porter driving it and then losing it on the way up. Was that touched by anybody? No. So it's 6:58 to go. 52-47. BYU basketball down 5. Right, comes right side. Picked up by Wallin. Takes it back outside the arc. Now penetrates again. Double team. Flips it into the hands. They get it to Davis. Left corner 3 is short. Welling a nice strong rebound inside. And then, man, he got fouled by Keita. No call. Outlets it to Foster. Foster into the forecourt left side. Controls. Out front, here's Johnson with it. Johnson brings it right side. Back out front, Welling. Open 3 for Carter. Off no good. DeBonza the rebound for BYU. He'll push into the forecourt right side at Foster. Keep that dribble alive. Working down low. Get to the paint. Fade and fire from 12. No, and a late whistle. Man, a late whistle. Roger Ayers. Foul is going to be on Zach Foster. That's his first. The team's 5th. And here goes DeBonza back to the line. He got him on the elbow watching the rebound. Or watching the replay, excuse me. Got him going up. DeBonza's free throw. Got it. He's been living at the free throw line here second half.
Yeah.
He's now 8 of 9.
7 for 7 in the second half.
Yep. 23 points.
Held him to 6 in the first half.
Godfrey comes back in the ball game as Wallin goes out and hits the second one. So it's a 3-point lead for Clemson, 52-49. Foster feeds it to Porter in the backcourt, right back to Foster, to Johnson, slip it in the forecourt right side to Porter. Porter gives it off to Welling, right back to Porter. Porter straight away outside the arc. Looks and finds Godfrey. Godfrey hands it off Foster. Foster on the bounce pass to Johnson, right side three for Butta, off no good, and a rebounding foul on Godfrey. He and Kaida were down low battling. That'll be the third on Godfrey, the team's sixth. So Davis will inbound it to Wright in a 3-point game, 52-49. 5:43 to go. Right into the forecourt. Controls it on the dribble out front. Down low. Finds Kaida. Kaida turns, fires from 10. No. Rebound fought for and taken away by Butta Johnson for Clemson. He'll give it to Porter. Porter in the forecourt right side. Porter to Welling. Right back to Porter. Porter works the dribble. Open for three. Blocked by Saunders into the hands of Wright. Wright drives it. Feeds it off. And layup left side by DeBonza. It's a 1-point game. 52-51. 5:09 to go. Foster in the forecourt finds Welling, and Welling will call a timeout.
It's 29-9 in the second half. This is the...
Well, thank goodness it was 43-22 first half.
Yeah.
Clemson still up a point, but timeout on the floor, and this will become a full. Hey, don't forget, Tiger fans, you may have seen that iconic flyover photo from the Military Appreciation Day football game a few weeks ago. Well, now you can purchase an official print of that flyover or the official shirt. It can be found at shop.clemsontigers.com. Back to Madison Square Garden after this on the Clemson Athletic Network.
Did you know that over 335,000 South Carolinians are living in recovery from a substance use disorder? It's important for everyone to understand that an SUD is a treatable disease, not a moral failing. People in recovery can and do go on to lead healthy lives, and your support is essential. To find resources and learn about groups like Clemson All in Recovery, visit EmbraceRecoverySC.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Huddle up, team. We got to get to the game and set up our tailgate. Are the coolers packed?
Yep.
Chips?
For sure.
What about your father? Where is he?
He's completing his pregame ritual.
Babe, we got a problem.
Better add Roto-Rooter to your pregame checklist. Plumbing problems are never convenient, especially on game days. Call Roto-Rooter for right-on-time service, anytime.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter!
Well, we were cruising along, 43-22 at half, but man, we ain't cruising anymore. 52-51, Clemson by a point over BYU here in Madison Square Garden with 5:04 left. Clemson's been outscored 29-9 here second half, as Clemson's only made 2 field goals the entire second half. They're 2 of 20 from the field, 1 of 10 from beyond the arc, and 4 of 5 at the charity stripe, whereas BYU's come out gone 10 for 22 from the field. They're just 1 of 8.
Yeah, they're just 1 of 8.
But they're 8 of 8 at the free throw line, and all of them have been DeBonza.
Yeah, he's 8 for. He's the only one to shoot a free throw in the second half. He's got 26 points.
20 second half.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's kind of been common this year. The Tigers have given up some big scoring games by opposing players. Second straight game, there's been a 26-point game. That Alon from Alabama scored 26. It was a Georgetown player who had 26.
And DeBon's on his way to a 30-plus night.
Oh, I mean, if I'm BYU, I just let him go one-on-one the rest of the game.
I'm with you. Dylan Hunter in the forecourt. Feeds it to Welling. Welling driving right side against Saunders. Has that knocked away and comes into the hands of Wright. He'll feed it up court to Bonza. Thought about the three. Going to try to penetrate left side. The ball knocked away and picked up Porter. He'll feed it to Johnson. Left side driving against Wright. Lays it up and in. 54-51. Clemson by 3. 4:41 to go. Wright will come into the forecourt. Picked up by Porter. Keeps that dribble alive as he works outside the arc, right side. 14 on the shot clock. Wright gives it off Davis. Right back to Wright with 9 on the shot clock. Now they'll give it to Bonza, right side. Good drive. Feed it underneath. Cato all alone for the easy slam dunk. 54-53. 4:07 left. Full court pressure. Butta Johnson gets the inbounds pass. He'll feed it in the forecourt left side to Godfrey. Then Godfrey will give it back over to Johnson, who feeds it off to Dylan Hunter. Hunter out front with Davis on him. Man-to-man pressure by BYU. Hunter comes left side. Saunders switches out off him. Now to Johnson right side beyond the arc. To Godfrey straight away. Godfrey hands it off Dylan Hunter. Welling went down. Gets back up. Welling out front. Underneath Godfrey right side. Powers it up. Got it as the shot clock was expiring. Now they may take a look. They're going to take a look.
And take a timeout. There's 3:32 to go.
And they count the basket.
I think he got it off.
Yeah. They're going to count the basket, but they stopped the clock, so that's going to bring us to an official timeout with 3:32 left here in the contest. 56-53. Clemson leads it. We'll come back to Madison Square Garden after this on the Clemson Athletic Network.
Clemson fans, open enrollment for ACA health insurance is happening now, and Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina is here to help. Celebrate on December 13th at the South Carolina Blue Center at Magnolia Park in Greenville at 1025 Woodruff Road, where Clemson student athletes from football, basketball, and other programs will be on site for autographs and fan interaction, as well as a special visit from the Cub mascot. While you're there, register for a chance to win 4 tickets to Clemson versus South Carolina men's basketball on December 16th.
Huddle up, team. We got to get to the game and set up our tailgate. Are the coolers packed?
Yep.
Chips?
For sure.
What about your father? Where is he?
He's completing his pregame ritual.
Babe, we got a problem. Better add Roto-Rooter to your pregame checklist. Plumbing problems are never convenient, especially on game days. Call Roto-Rooter for right-on-time service, anytime.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter!
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get 1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through January 5th, 2026. Offer entitles 1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, when we left you going to break, it was 56-53. As we come back, it's 54-53. They took the basket off. Godfrey did not get the ball off before the shot clock expired. So BYU basketball down a point when play will come back in. This holiday season, no better gift for your family and friends than the gift of Clemson tickets or Clemson gear. Do all your shopping at ClemsonTigers.com. Happy shopping, happy holidays, Merry Christmas from the Tigers.
What can go wrong has go wrong in the second half.
Yes, it has. Don't forget that today's game, all Tiger basketball road trips are fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean gasoline.
Violation. It is BYU.
So you can hear them talking about the shot clock violation. So 54-53, Clemson by a point. When was the last time that BYU led in this game? Way back in the...
they led 5-2.
Well, it was 22-22.
It was 22-22. I got 17-15.
There you go. Right in the forecourt to DeBonza with 19 on the shot clock. DeBonza floats it high. Kaida catches and dunks it home, and now they lead 55-54 with 3:15 left. Cater with a big dunk. He's got 8. In the forecourt, Johnson right side at it, knocked away by DeBonza, right in front of the Clemson bench. Cater had 2 points at halftime.
Yeah, he's got
6
in
here in the second half.
2 dunks.
Johnson inbounded off the right sideline in front of the Clemson bench. Finds Hunter out front. 3 minutes to go, 16 on the shot clock. BYU up a point, 55-54. Porter controls with 10 on the shot clock. Brings it right side. Saunders picks him up. Into the hands of Hunter. Hunter looking inside, trying to penetrate. Does. Floats it up right side, and it won't fall. Ball tipped around, and Queta comes away with it. Into the hands of DeBonza. DeBonza with 2:40 left. Drives it into the forecourt. Stops. Comes back outside the three-point arc. You just got to force him to miss a shot and get the rebound here. DeBonza will go against Godfrey. Look to drive. Lost the dribble. Gives it outside Davis. 3 ball. Nothing but net. 58-54 with 2:21 left. And into the forecourt. And Brad Brownell wants a 30-second timeout with 2:16 left. That's only the second made 3 this half, the 4th of the game for BYU. And Davis just buried it off the left wing. A guy that was shooting 48% from beyond the arc coming in. And he's now 1 of 6 in this game. 2 of 9 from the field, but that was a huge one right there. That's a dagger that's thrown at Clemson right there. Got to figure out a way to respond.
You know, you and I went to a lot of summer practices, and we came away saying, I don't know who the leading scorer is going to be in this team. And there's nobody at the end of a game that's, okay, I'm going to be the guy like BYU's got,
right,
like Alabama's got, like Georgetown has. And that's a problem. And we also thought three-point shooting would be a problem, 1 for 10 in the second half. And, we started out 0 for 6.
Yep.
So we had that little run in the middle when Porter
then we went
hit
6 for 10. We went 6 for 10 after we started out 0 for 6. Yep. And you got to dig deep, find a way to respond. Down 4 now, 58-54. That's their largest lead of the game.
Yeah.
Matches their largest lead of the game. They were up 7-3 first half. And now here they are up 4 with 2:16 left. Inbounds pass comes to Welling. Welling dumps it low, Godfrey. Godfrey spins right side, high off the glass and good. So 58-56, BYU by a pair with 2:05 left. Davis in the forecourt. Now you got to get a defensive stop.
Can we stop them?
Yeah.
They're just going to give the ball to
DeBonza.
DeBonza.
He controls it out front between the circles, works against Johnson. Brings it right side, lobs it. Queta catches it and dunks it home. They ran that play now twice in a row.
Well, that's the third time they've done it in the last 5 minutes.
Yep. 60-56. They're back up 4. Hunter, left side drives, blocked by Queta, into the hands of DeBonza. DeBonza in the forecourt right side, drives, his shot rejected by Welling out of bounds. With 91 seconds left, 25 in the shot clock.
That's the first miss inside the last 5 minutes for BYU.
So DeBonza will inbound it, does so, and the ball tipped away by Welling, and then it comes to the sideline, and it'll belong back to BYU. And a timeout called by Kevin Young, head coach of BYU. And 1:28 now left. That took 3 seconds off the clock. Only 13 second half points for Clemson. You've been outscored 38-13 here second half. That's today's game. You see it happen all across collegiate basketball. You see it happen in the NBA. Clemson had a 21-point turnaround at Alabama. They ended up losing that game, but they were down 19 and came all the way back to take a 2-point lead at 83-81. And unfortunately only scored 1 more point over the last 2:40 of that game coming down the stretch. But DeBon's has certainly been the difference for BYU here second half. 20 points in the second half.
Yeah.
26 for the game, 9 rebounds, 6 assists.
He's only made 6 field goals, but he's made all those free throws.
This half, he's 9 of 10 from the line.
This half, he's 8 for 8.
Oh, 8 for 8?
He was 1 for 2 the first
1 for 2
half.
first half, okay. So DeBonza to inbound it. And we'll inbound it to Davis, right wing. Right back to DeBonza. Johnson will pick him up. 15 in the shot clock, 1:21 game clock. Got to figure out a way to get a stop here. DeBonza going to drive it left side, penetrate, go for the dunk, and does. Oh, my.
That's the ball game.
62-56 with 66 seconds left. Johnson outside, 3 ball, launched and hit. 62-59 with a minute left. DeBonza gets the inbounds pass and work it into the forecourt. And control it out front left side. 15 in the shot clock, 43 seconds game clock. 1 possession game, 62-59. Johnson on DeBonza. DeBonza looking to penetrate outside. Feeds it off, right driving, throws it up from 8, no good, got his own rebound. And they put 20 in the shot clock and a reach-in foul. That ball must have just skimmed off the rim. So they get a foul on Foster. So that will be for Zach, his second, the team's 7th. So this sends BYU to the line with a 1-and-1 with 26.4 seconds left. 62-59, BYU leads it.
Rebounding 21-13 in favor of BYU in the second half.
So 1-and-1 for Wright. Free throw, got it. 2 possession game again, 63-59 with 26.4 seconds left. Second free throw for Wright, hits that one. He's got 14 in the game. Full court pressure for BYU, inbounds pass to Hunter. Hunter gives it off Foster. He quickly comes in the forecourt, hands it to Hunter. Hunter outside, launches a straightaway 3. Got that! 64-62 with 16 seconds left. Long lead pass Wright. Foul him, and they do. Porter gets him, fouls him with 13.4 seconds left. Now you need a missed free throw somewhere. Porter, his second, the team's 8th. So Wright at the line with a 1-and-1 with 13.4 seconds left, and BYU up a pair. Free throw. Missed it. Rebounded Dylan Hunter. Clemson can tie it or win it. Hunter in the forecourt, right side, looking to drive. Leaner off the glass is good to tie us at 64 with 4.9 seconds left. They'll inbound it to Wright, and BYU has called timeout with 4.9 seconds left. Clemson was left for dead after that dunk.
I called him dead
6.
after the dunk down 6. I said that was it.
Now it's 64-64, but still a plethora of time left with 4.9 seconds left.
We've had 2 remarkable games back to back.
Dylan Hunter with the 3 and then the 2.
3 and a 2.
He scored the last 5 points in this game that has tied us at 64.
Tigers have actually scored 8 points in the last minute.
So maybe, just maybe 40 minutes isn't enough to decide things here in Madison Square Garden.
But now you know what they're going to do. They're going to try to drive DeBonza and drive to the basket and draw a foul. That's why I attempted to throw a zone at him on this last possession of 5 seconds. But we haven't done that the whole game.
So BYU does have another timeout left. One of the things they could do is just throw it, try to get the midcourt call timeout again.
Right. 5.5 seconds.
They put 5.5 seconds on the clock. So they put a. Man, is there anything that hasn't gone BYU's favor? We've had two things that have changed on review that have actually given BYU 5 points in this game. Because the first one was a basket. They counted, and then they had fouls, so Saunders went to the line and hit the free throw. There was 3 points there. We've had the play by Godfrey, which was correct, was taken off the board on the shot clock violation. I don't think this is like Notre Dame against us in the Cotton Bowl, Tim.
Yeah.
We can't win a review.
Right.
So Clemson will use 5 to guard 4. And timeout Brad Brownell, as DeBonza was going to trigger the inbounds pass.
Yeah, he was going to trigger the inbounds pass, and so BYU calls another timeout.
No, Clemson called it.
Oh, Clemson called it.
Yeah,
okay.
Clemson called it. They're out of timeouts. That should be Clemson's last. So a couple of threes, a 2-point basket, 8 points here in the last not even full minute of play, and Clemson has battled back to tie it at 64.
Clemson won the first half by 21. BYU's won the second half by 21.
Yep. Stations has paused 10 seconds for identification on the Clemson Athletic Network. So, this was obviously a full timeout, not a 30. They sound the first horn. And they'll have to go the full 94 feet. Will BYU. And let's see if they leave DeBonza still inbounding. Because he inbounded as he come flying by somebody, get it back, and then try to go drive to the hole.
Interesting. Keita is on the bench. He's not in.
So DeBonza again will inbound it, and Clemson will use 5 to guard 4.
You would think they just throw the ball back to him.
Oh, no, they're going to inbound it to Wright. Then Wright will give it to Davis. Right back to Wright. Wright coming up floor, 3 in the second, and timeout called.
But only 1.3.
1.3 seconds left.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that, why wouldn't they just let Wright attack there? You know,
he was about to, and then he stopped.
I don't think they can review the time on this either. I don't think they can go back and put time back on the clock because the whistle blew almost, but guess what? They're going to go look, see if they're going to give him more than 1.3. Roger Ayers will go over and take a look at the monitor.
They got a lot of three-point shooters. You would think they might just try to. I mean, they don't need a three, obviously, but
nope.
I'm sure they have.
They don't care if it comes from 2-point land or 3-point land.
Right. Now will they try to put Keita in the game and throw a lob into him?
So they let the clock at 1.3 seconds. And they'll have to inbound it, I believe, off the right sideline. Yeah, they will, and it will be Bošković that will trigger the inbounds pass. On the sideline, almost even with the top of the three-point arc. Gets it, inbounds it. The right fires a three for the win. Hit it. Wow. Right hit three. Are they going to review to see if it got out? I don't think there's any doubt that it got out of his hand.
Yeah, he got it off.
Yeah, he got it off with half a second to go.
It is. Boy, that is as difficult a loss as I put that right up there with Tate George's game. As far as a difficult game to lose, you lose a 22-point lead in the second half. That is a real gut punch.
So Wright buries the three at the buzzer to beat our Tigers 67-64. The final here in Madison Square Garden. Whoa. Man, oh man. We'll come back, take it through postgame. Do that after this on the Clemson Athletic Network.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
What does it mean to be a Clemson Tiger? It's about pride, passion, and a legacy that started in 1934 with IPTAY. For over 90 years, IPTAY has supported student athletes by funding scholarships, building and upgrading world-class facilities, and providing resources for success in the classroom and in academic competition. Be part of something bigger than the game. Join the Clemson family and make a difference today. A gift to IPTAY, no matter the amount, changes the game. Call 1-800-CLEMSON or visit ClemsonTigers.com/IPTAY to join right now.
Did you know that over 335,000 South Carolinians are living in recovery from a substance use disorder? It's important for everyone to understand that an SUD is a treatable disease, not a moral failing. People in recovery can and do go on to lead healthy lives, and your support is essential. To find resources and learn about groups like Clemson All in Recovery, visit EmbraceRecoverySC.com. Hey, Tiger fans. When you're here in Tiger Country, you're in Hardy's Country, where goodness is served every day on those perfect Clemson game days and all the rest in between. So any day you're craving a fan favorite,
which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you.